you very much for joining us, Sober and also Bellon. Hi, we are starting very late tonight at 11:50. Buka pukul
But
12 dah.
Baju, Baju,
Sama macam
Yes.
itu kak.
it's not live on YouTube yet.
Yeah, that live on YouTube will be at about 10 second to 15 second later.
Oh, okay, got it.
They need to process it a little bit. Come on, Sober, don't be such a noob.
Okay, Boomer. Okay, start. Start. Ya
Okay,
Allah.
all right, guys. So, first of all, before we start, we don't have a name for this podcast. The last round, we named it as Mr. Dyson Podcast just for the heck of it because we thought that it's going to be a one-time deal. But apparently, we're going to do more. Right, we're gonna do more, and we need a name for this podcast. So, anybody watching this, throw in some names. So, Sobe, if you're a marketing guy, so if you have names, you know, think of some names. And Bella usually come out. You don't talk a lot, but whenever you talk, you get some great ideas. So figure something out. And then we have, although the episode this round, we name it Amanda. Amanda who? A Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, because why? It's gonna be a Mandalorian themed show. We're gonna have Uncle Stalker, Uncle Pedro joining us soon. So Uncle Stalker, if you're watching this, come back home fast.
Come back home.
And let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Right.
Okay,
So
okay.
now, all right. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna start off with what I always like. I'm basing this from back in the day, OneUp.com. I'm not sure whether have you heard of OneUp.com, Belon Sobe?
OneUp.com.
Yes.
Yes. So it
One
was
up.
back in the day. That's like the website that you go to if that's something that I love whenever I go to a website, and I knew almost all of the editor, and they have a podcast that they call uh, in fact, back in the day, their podcast is like the most popular podcast that you can actually get outside there. And then they also have the One Up Show, which is a video podcast where one day probably that's where I want to go next, right? But for now, we have a podcast and we did a name, so that's why we want to start off with what you've been playing. So, Sobe is good enough that he hasn't played anything. He's been busy. He only played with his Telo apparently,
Boom.
right? But Bellon has been playing a lot. And I'm gonna start off with Bellon before I go ahead with some of the things. We're gonna spend probably about 10-15 minutes here. So Bellon, take it away.
Okay, for those who know me, I'll be in Destiny 2.
Of course.
Nah, the newest, the newest update is the Season of the Dawn, where the story continues that we, as Guardian, we save Saint 14 from his apparent doom. We travel back through time with Osiris time portal, and we save Saint 14, and apparently now he's alive in the tower as one of the NPC.
So it's
Yeah.
one of the NPC. Damn. So does it mean if I don't have yet the latest season, the USD 10 that you need to pay for the latest season, so can I still
Yeah.
talk to him or no?
I'm not sure about that, but it's, for those yang don't buy the season pass,
Mm-hmm.
not sure. I think they can see Saint 14, but they cannot interact with him. I'm not sure about that.
Because the problem that I have is, back in the day we used to buy the expansion and everybody gets it. Now I need to buy a separate one for my kid and for myself. So I'm like, shit, Banji, why do you do this? But then again, it's only 10 USD, so it's still fine.
Yeah, because the Saint 14, his function over there is not that much. It's just giving daily bounties for you to get this new material called timeline fracture line or something like that, and you use this to create weapons. There are four obelisks in EDZ, Mars, Tangled Shore, and Nessus. This obelisk connect to Osiris's main obelisk in Mercury. So from this obelisk, you can choose different types of weapon with roles that you want. So that's about it. And this week Same 14 give. I mean, his function is just give daily bounties, and then like this week he give a new exotic quest.
And it's a new exotic weapon?
Mm-hmm. It's
Or
a
is
exotic
it an
sidearm.
exotic weapon that was in Destiny first, Destiny, or
No,
the
no, no.
previous
It's a
Destiny?
new exotic weapon sidearm called Devil's Ruin. Yeah, Devil's
What?
Ruin.
My son actually
Yeah.
sent me a photo that he got that Devil's Ruin already. Is
Yeah,
it not that hard?
it's easy. You just do this new activity called the sundial. It's like you do it at
Okay,
the end
okay,
of
okay,
the
okay,
at
okay,
the
okay,
end
okay.
of the activity. You get this quest, and then you go to Saint 14, and he send you to this the old Crucible map
Uh,
Twilight Gap. The old Crucible map Twilight Gap, and then you just go there and find like 10 robots and take components for it, and then that's it.
so how would you rate this latest I would say season? For me, I've been burnt out on Destiny since when did I stop playing Destiny? I think um
5 years ago.
Five
no.
years ago.
We
That's a
had a
sneak peek
sneak
of
peek of
Sobe.
so bad.
Tertekan, sorry.
You know what? So bad. People gonna go back to the video and then pause it, and then
No
people
one's
gonna put
watching,
it
no
on the
worries.
internet. So
No,
this is what
no,
so bad looks like.
no one's watching. Okay, then.
So what do you think? Would it be like totally different, or would it be just the same Destiny?
Well, there's good
What's
and
new?
bad
Or
when Bungie started this whole season pass and season update and all that. Uh, One the good thing is like every week you have something to do. It's like they give you activities. Sometimes you don't you cannot choose which one to do. It's like there's so many because because next week it's gonna be another one. But the one the one thing I don't like about season is not like the normal DLC. I mean, it's not the content is not that big. It's just like an add-on. Like
mm,
the whole chunk of the Shadow Keep DLC is just putting some things into it, so we have things to do.
mm.
But the new season, I like the new weapons though. It looks nice. It got good rolls. Worth farming for. Mm, that's about it. The new season. I mean, there's a bit story about us saving Saint 14, and then for us to get new exotic weapons and new weapons. That's it.
So the back in the day, my understanding of an expansion is you have like a whole new story mode, right?
Mm-hmm.
And probably an extension of the story, and then you would have new areas to go to, right? And then you
Mm-hmm.
would have like a totally new strike, a few new strike, and a
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
totally new raid, right? So basically,
Mm-hmm.
new story, new strikes, new areas, new strikes, and new raid. So for season, does it apply with the same formula or no?
No, they don't. Like I said, it's just putting in some things, taking out some things. Like okay, like Shadow Keep, they have this an activity we call Vex Invasion, where in at the new area, the moon,
Mm-hmm.
where like after a public event, there's a portal open up at the sky, and then Vex coming out. It's like hundreds of them. So everyone in the area, who's ever in the area, can like battle it out to get the
Mm-hmm.
powerful weapon there. But in order to put in new content, they take out that one. I like the Vex Invasion. It's very fun. Okay, and
Ah.
they had to take that out, and then they have to put this new activity called the Sundial,
Mhm.
because to them, Bungie said Destiny 2 has become too big for PS4.
What?
So yeah, that's what
So
they
so
said.
that means they
Apparently,
cannot fit everything in. They cannot fit everything in PS4.
yes. I
So
think
that's
I
why
think
they
the
have to
next
take out
season,
some
the
of the
new season, they
activity.
have to take out the Sundial and put another thing in.
Huh.
Mm.
It's interesting what Destiny 3 on PS5
Mm.
probably is gonna sound
It
like.
but it kind of makes sense that they're doing that because because the whole purpose of the Vex invasion was to kill the mine, what the hive mind. What's it called? The big boss at the end.
Uh, the mine. I
Come
forgot
on,
the name
Belon,
also.
apa ni? That guy lah. So the whole point was to kill that guy, and the invasion would stop. So I mean, like, they have a purpose to it. I guess I don't know. Purpose to remove it because you're done
So
with that.
meaning
With that.
it works well with the storyline of the previous season.
Yeah, I guess it's like an excuse for
Mm,
them to remove it lah, because it's like a mission, it's like a thing that you have to do to kill the
okay.
guy. So yeah.
Oh, so I didn't know that they say that it's the PS4's fault that we are removing this. It's kind of weird, right? So yeah, the last few days, because I finished Death Stranding and I finished watching a few series. So I don't really have anything to do. So I was staring at the Destiny game icon on the TV. So I'm like, do I want to start? Because the moment I start, I know I cannot stop. Right. So I'm like, do I want to start? It's like for the last 2 days, every day I was like, what game I want to play? Do I want to go back to Destiny? Do I really want to go back to Destiny? So yeah. So maybe after listening to Belon, maybe I'll go. So where you started playing the Sundial and whatnot? No, not yet. Or yes, you have started.
Okay, so I did play a bit of Destiny 2. I bought the season pass for like $20 because I had a bit of silver inside my store. So I was like, okay, I bought the
But you
season
have
pass.
not started the whole season yet. The
No,
new
I did.
season yet.
I already met C14, finished that mission already, went to the Sundial, finished
How long does it
Sundial.
take to finish the whole mission with Saint 14?
Ya Allah, sekejap gila. I think like for me it took me like 1 hour plus, 2 hours plus. I don't know. It was
So
for me
I
it was
guess
short lah.
anything to do with Mercury mesti sekejap. I remember dulu Osiris. What? That's it with Osiris?
Yeah. So but this time they put a purpose with Osiris. Like you don't know what he's been doing ever since Osiris punya DLC tu. I don't know where he's gone. Maybe so basically they're showing that he's been working on the Sundial lah to save Saint 14 Lancham semua. So sorry. So apa ni I did the obelisk at Tangled Shore, I think, and then I gave up. You know that one of the reasons why it's not big. I don't think it's Destiny's fault. I'm not playing Destiny. It's because now I'm like I actually have a lot of work to do now.
Yeah,
And
actually
like
you have a work to before
yeah,
this you don't really.
like dulu macam not so much, but now it's like super like
Super busy.
I go in the morning, I come home at night basically, and
Wah.
then like macam pagi sampai malam. So like for me when I go back, I don't want to clock into my second part-time job, you know what I mean? Like because like Destiny
So Destiny is like a part-time job,
yeah,
right?
Destiny because like when you open Destiny, then you look at your
Yeah,
quest
yeah,
and
yeah,
missions,
yeah.
you just want to throw your controller back in this like because like I don't want to work for like so what I've been doing is when I go back for me it's like a stress reliever is I play Apex Legends. So
Stress
it's
reliever. Stress
so
reliever.
like there's
So
no
you are still playing Apex Legend now.
yeah. So and it's actually kind of it's fun because there's new seasons and all that stuff like but like there is progression you need to level up and all stuff. I don't care about all that stuff. I just play. I don't change characters. I only use Wraith. That's one. And like I don't do all the daily challenges and all stuff because to me I might as well be playing Destiny if I'm doing daily challenges.
Oh,
So
there's a daily challenge nowadays. I remember back in the days when we first played,
yeah,
there is no
yeah.
such thing as daily challenge, right?
So there's like a battle pass. It's basically same thing as all the games now. There's like battle pass for you to progress, so you can get cosmetics and all that. So yeah, apa ni, I'm not. I just want to go in there and kill people. There's no progression. There's nothing for me to collect. It's just in and out, in and out. That's all. So yeah, that's what I've been playing, and yeah, that's all. I haven't been playing anything else. Just that.
I didn't know that you still playing Apex Legend, man. Okay,
No,
right.
but
Yeah, so.
actually, sometimes when there's no one playing Apex and I just need like a solid half an hour or 15 minutes just to relax, I just go to Spider-Man and swing around. That's how I macam relax
Bila
and I
bila
feel
nak beli
really
Fallen Order?
for see like I almost bought for Honda itu, macam like, bukan like almost bought.
Yang
I
dia
was like
tengah
at the
sale tu.
store, yeah, or like on
Yeah,
store, like, oh my god,
it's
all the games
cheap.
that I can buy, and then like my friends
It's
like,
cheap.
beli lah like Modern Warfare because there's crossplay. My friends from PC can play and all. So I was like, okay, but I really don't have the time to play if I
Yeah.
buy this
Modern
game.
Warfare is gonna be another second job if you really want to buy,
Yeah,
right?
even even Fallen Order, like I know that kind of game is like the kind of game that you want to take your time and invest in and explore.
Yeah.
I don't want to,
But
because I
it
don't want
is
to do
not
it
a
myself.
job because it is at your own pace.
I know. And
Mm.
nanti at my real job, I'll be thinking about that job, faham tak? I'll be thinking about that game, and I'll be thinking about, oh fuck, I need to
Okay.
go home,
Really
I need to do this.
compartmentalize.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
this
yeah,
is the time I need to
it's
focus
true.
and all
It's
stuff.
true.
So
It's true.
an in and out game is perfect, like Apex. Apex is like an in and out
Yeah, I
game.
know.
Yeah,
You need the in and out game. Yeah, we need
yep,
in and out game.
yeah.
Thanks. I've been playing a few new games actually. So
Okay.
recently I've bought 3 new games. So the first one is Crash Team Racing. So
Oh,
back in the day on PS1, that's the game that we played. So I bought that one
on
super cheap
PS4. Or,
on PS4. Yes, on PS4.
are you
And
using any other consoles?
sorry.
Are you using any other consoles other than PS4?
Right now, I have my. If you're asking that the console that is hooked up to my TV, I have all sort of console that I hook up to my TV. But the only thing that I'm playing right now mainly is the PS4 and my Raspberry Pi. Other than these two things, I don't really play anything else. Why do you ask that question?
Tak ada. It's just bukan. I was just asking because maybe you have a Switch, you want portable. But baju memang biasa lah. Suka nak brag pasal dia punya konsol banyak cucuk kat TV ni. Aku tanya
No,
konsol mana yang dia main.
because I thought the question is that you ada banyak konsol lain kan, memanglah kita ada banyak konsol lain because
No, I
daripada
mean, like,
PS1 dulu kan.
I ask you a question like, what consoles are you playing now that are you using now? I mean, like,
Okay, no, sorry, I'm all right, fine. PS4 and Raspberry Pi, these two. Raspberry
Got it.
Pi because I'm playing all those arcade games. But the game that I'm playing, the Crash Team Racing, it's still so good. The drifting and then the boosting, right? The good thing is, I'm trying to get my kids to play. I realize that my kids boosting is something that they are not good at. So until they are good at boosting, because it's quite hard because you need to, it's like you need to drift and then you need to press the R1 and then you need to time the L1, right? So if you remember back in the day, right? So it's kind of like tough. So I feel like I thought they want to make it easier, but no. So that's one that I'm working out my CTR Crash Racing game, but I don't spend a lot of time playing that. But the thing that I'm already spending 40 hours in the last probably a week plus is Divinity 2 Original Sin. Divinity Original Sin 2, I think. So
I
it's an
heard good things
RPG.
about the game.
Yeah, it's the writing is like so good, and it's one of those games where uh you can do whatever you want. You can die, you can kill the NPC, and then because the NPC is dead because you killed him, and the game is over.
What? Oh,
Yes, because you can basically do anything there.
okay.
Right. And the way they do the game is like, back in the day when you play an RPG game, it's like you have, the Square, Final Fantasy 7 or any game that Square used to do. Do you want to go, you must go here for you to, you must go and kill the queen for you to proceed with the story, right? So but this game tells that to you, but you have actually 3 or 4 or 5 ways in order for you to escape the island. For example, to escape this island, you can either go through point A, point B, point C, or you can just kill everyone and the game will be over. Right. And there, even you start off on a ship, right? You start off on a ship, and then they ask you, do you want to, and then the ship is like burning all over, and then they ask you, do you want to go on to the boat and escape from the ship, because the ship is burning, right? Or do you want to go and save people downstairs? So I say, of course, me being the good guy, bragging that I'm the best guy ever. So
Okay.
I want to go and save the guys downstairs. So I managed to save the first 4. So they say, oh, thank you very much. We're gonna go to the boat. And where are you going? I'm gonna go and save the guy who actually caught me in the first place and put me in jail, right? So I'm gonna go and save him. So because I'm the good guy, right? So I went downstairs and then I saved him, and they say, "Oh, there's not enough time. You still want to try to save him, or do you wanna go back upstairs and go to the boat?" I say, "I wanna try and save him." And suddenly, while you're saving him, the ship kind of like blew up, and then there's this big kraken, kind of like destroy the ship and game over. I'm like,
Wow.
shit. And this is like probably half an hour or 45 minutes into the game, and it's already game over, right? And I remember, if it is back in the day, during Square Enix, right? If it is back in the day during Square Enix time, I said, Square Enix, are you sure you want to save the guy because you don't have enough time? Then we say yes, and then they will ask the same question again. Are you sure you want to save the guy because you don't have enough time? Until you answer no, right? So then only the story will proceed, but not in this game. And then even before that, when you want to choose the difficulty level, if you want to choose the highest difficulty level, it's like they say that if you die, they will delete your game save. The game will delete your game save, and you have to start everything all over again.
What kind of game is
Yeah,
this?
yeah, because they really want you to role play the whole thing. So when you want to start the highest difficulty setting, it states that this difficulty setting is like the highest. You must have like experience playing this game before, and if you die, the game will delete all your save games, and you cannot continue anymore. You have to start everything all over again. Do you still want to
Wow.
proceed?
Yeah.
Aku
And
cakap tadi, gila babi game ni. So the game is it's a turn-based game, right? It is turn-based game, but the turn-based is right on the same map. So it's not like a transition, just like Final Fantasy 7 back in the day where it transitioned into a battle scene, right? No, it is right there on the screen. The writing is so good. The quest line is also so good, in the sense that sometimes they say that you can kill the quest giver and then the quest will end and then you don't get anything, or you can, there's a person who sells stuff, the so-called vendor. You can kill the vendor and you can steal all of his stuff, right? So it's crazy. Or the quest giver have items that they want to give you, but you can pickpocket the item from the quest giver, so you don't really have to do the quest, right? So it's crazy in a sense that, so when I was I got stuck, and the other thing about this game is I tend to get stuck a lot because it is not linear. You don't know where to go, and then you find that if you were to go here, it's like you died, or if you were to go there. And I did not choose the highest difficulty so I can reload. So I tend to die too many times because I don't explore enough. So the game really rewards you if you explore around the map, right? So that's why I kind of like already put in like 40 hours into this game, right? And now I kind of like hate playing it because it becomes so hard. And when I was reading the guide, they gave you so many ways to approach this quest that I feel that I want to do all the ways to approach this quest, but you can only choose one. So I feel like I'm gonna miss on a lot of content for this game, right? Because you can either go this way, or you can either go the middle way, or you can go that way, but you can only choose one. So I feel like I want to do all the content. I don't want to do just one of the three content. So that's why I cannot proceed playing this game. I feel like stupid shit because I cannot complete the game. I have to choose one way. Right, so that's why I feel very conflicted whenever I want to play the game. And the third game that I'm playing right now is again Final Fantasy 14. Right, so I've been playing the game for, I don't know, 6 years, 7 years right now since the first game came out. So right now it's kind of like a lull time. You just want to get more money, you want to get more items when the new so-called update roll out. The new update will roll out every 3 or 4 months, so the new update will be coming up in February, and that's why you want to make sure that you have all the items so that when the new update comes in, you can use all those items to upgrade the thing you want to upgrade. So those are the things that I'm playing right now. and we
Mhm.
are already in the 25-minute mark. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
this,
yeah.
yes,
Before we start, I think it's appropriate if we just for a quick one, just say our like game of the decade since it's a finish, like the decade's finish, and just say one game that like this is your one game, your favorite
what
game for
do
the decade.
it's tough, man, to say that one game.
No, because
Seriously, it's
And
tough.
because like it should be the game that macam instantly clicks in your head macam okay, that's my game of the decade that bukan like always play but made such an impact on you macam like I always remember that game and that game throughout
You see,
2010
okay,
2010 to 2019.
now I have a problem with this because let me tell you why Game of the Year is fine, but not Game of the Decade. Because even Game of the Year to a certain extent, because for me, Game of the Year is like, what games do you think is when you play this game in that year, it is so magical in the sense that the production values, the story, the emotion that it gets out of you,
Mm.
and how high tech the production is, the graphics, the sound. For me, that's Game of the Year,
Mm-hmm.
right? But when Game of the Decade is like a span of 10 years, where a game like Destiny, where I get to know you guys,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where I get to, I'm not playing it anymore, right? I'm not playing it anymore, but I get to know you guys, and I get to get new friends. I remember the raid that we went together. It's like so magical,
Yep.
right? Now that could be Game of the Decade, but
Yeah,
for a
you can
game
just
like
say
the
Destiny, you can just say something yang
no,
macam
but then that's one aspect of it, right? That's one aspect.
yeah.
But the second aspect of it is like The Last of Us. I have a daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and she's now 12, right? And when I look at Ellie, in 3 or 4 years time, probably she's going to be like Ellie, right? And that game is also magical to me in the sense that, because why, whenever I'm playing as Joel together with my Ellie, it really struck me. I cry in that game, right? So it's
Same.
that crazy, right? And then I played the game Aloy, Horizon Zero Dawn, right?
Mm.
Again, the protagonist is a lady. It's
Mm-hmm.
a strong lady, and
Mm-hmm.
I always look at my daughter, and then I have my second daughter, right, my third child, and that game has this profound impact on me. Because why? Because the graphic is there, the sound system is there, the whole open world system is there. It's also good. So, and I cannot choose one, because one is a multiplayer game, and Final Fantasy 6 is like, I listen to the music. When I open my Apple Music and Spotify, I look at what are the songs that I listen to the most. Is from Final Fantasy 14, right? And
Okay.
that's also another game of the decade for me.
Oh
So I
yeah.
don't think so I can choose one, because it's
Yeah.
crazy.
I feel like because you play a lot of games, I think me and
Yeah,
Balloon can agree on that. Like you play a lot
yeah.
of games.
I
That's why you
I
should
I
like
am the kind of guy.
maybe
I'm the
like
kind of guy who play a lot of games. Yeah.
yeah, maybe like your game of decade can be three or what. I'm not saying it has to be one. Maybe like three games. Those are my game of the decade.
Yeah. Okay. If you can tell me, like, maybe some of the games that I remember playing and it's like crazy good, I would say, you have Destiny there, and then you have the Last of Us there, and then we have Final Fantasy 14 there, and these
Mm-hmm.
are the three games probably in the last 5-10 years where it really gave me this goosebumps whenever I
Yeah.
hear songs coming from it, or whenever I hear people talking about even Uncharted series. I mean, as a series, Uncharted is like the movie game slash movie experience that you want, right? So yeah, so those are, I think, some of the big games. But I kind of like sad, because when I think about it, right, those 3 or 4 games that I mentioned, right, they are only Destiny is where uh, it's a game and less of a story. You get
Not
what I
like
mean,
like an
right?
experience.
Yeah. For Uncharted or this The Last of Us, it's like it's a movie and a game. So the
Mm-hmm.
reason why it has impacted you so much is because of the story and the
Yeah.
moviness of it, right? The
Yeah. Yeah.
moviness, what we call it, right? So,
Yeah.
but for Destiny, it's the gameplay
Yep. Yep. It's the
and
game.
the interaction with friends, right?
Yep.
But maybe more the interaction with friend and less game. I don't
Of
know,
course.
right?
Like with Destiny's case, like you can go in without caring about the law and all that. You can still have fun with
Yeah,
friends.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you don't care
Mm,
about, just know the mechanics of the raid. Okay, you're still just gonna have fun and
mm.
play the game.
Then I also would challenge you, make any other game that brings people together,
Hmm.
then would be the game of the decade as well, right? So the
Yeah.
question is it the friends or is it the
No,
game?
I feel like because it's your game with that kid, you decide how you wanna
Mm,
perceive it.
yeah.
For me,
But if you ask me, yeah, that four games is for me lah. What about for you? Mm.
belum lah sebelum belum tidur. Cakap lu. Cakap lu. Macam
Uh,
aku boleh tahu dah, tapi just tell us lah. For fucks.
okay. I would say top three: God of War,
Mhm.
Yeah, God of War. Yeah,
Destiny,
God of War. Yeah, God of War.
Destiny, and Arkham Knight for me.
Oh damn, Arkana! I remember
These three
playing
games.
that game.
That's your game
Yeah,
of the
I
decade.
mean, in fact, the
Yeah,
Arkham series, right? Because if we go back, the Arkham
yeah.
series, is
Arkham
it less
series
than 10 years?
is one.
I think. Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah. I
yeah.
think. Yeah, I think I want to add Arkham series and
Arkham
also
series.
what
Okay,
was the
yeah.
other one that you mentioned just now? God of War, right? God of War.
God of War. God
Yeah,
of
I
War.
think God of War and Arkham series would be in the list as well. Yeah.
Yep. Got it. Okay, for me, the way I perceive game of the year, game of the decade is
The
a
Witcher.
game that freaking changed my life, changed
Mm-hmm.
like made such an impact to me that
Mm-hmm.
it changed my perspective towards games. Because I
Which
used to
is
be the kind of which I used to be the kind of like not gamer, like the kind of guy that plays FPS only. I just
mm.
play games for the sake of friends. I don't play for story. I don't play, like, I skip stories every time GTA ke apa tekan X to skip and all stuff because I didn't care.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
you're that guy. Okay.
yeah. So as I slowly matured, I guess, slowly macam tried new games.
Slowly becoming
Um,
a boomer. Okay.
yeah, slowly becoming a boomer, obviously. So and then that first stage was actually Red Dead Redemption, where the first one.
Oh, yeah,
But I
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
that is not the decade because that was before. But
Mm.
the game that really solidified me as someone that, okay, now I really don't care about FPS. I really want to know about the story. I want to know about everything. Is of course The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 changed
Huh.
my life in terms of like, because I thought like when I'm going in, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna like this game because there's a lot of collectibles that I don't care about, a lot of things
Mm.
to find, a lot of contracts, a lot of. But as I went through it, it's like when I think I put in like more hours in Witcher than in Destiny. I feel like because even after the game, I literally, if like there was 200% of the game, I finished 200% of the game because like after the game finished, like I did every single thing, even Gwent. I finished Gwent. I finished everything. I still wanted more. You know what I mean? Like I still wanted
Mm.
to interact with the characters. You know, it made such an impact, so that I could try other games like The Last of
Did you
Us.
catch the DLC for Witcher?
Yeah, Black and White semua dah settle.
Okay.
So like and then that's when I started venturing into The Last of Us. I played the whole collection. I played the newest Red Dead Redemption, and yeah, like there's a lot of games that because of Witcher 3 it made me
Mm.
into like interested not just in games but in like movies, and I keep like now I'm like looking into stories. I'm like uh I love that era of that medieval era and all that stuff, so
Mm.
I literally research on medieval era and all these dragons, all these monsters. It kept me, I don't know, occupied for that 2015, 2016. My head was like, it's just like in that era for a while. And that,
Is that your first RPG?
I mean, I guess so. If you, but mm,
Ah,
I did play
uh.
Devil's May Cry and all that stuff.
No,
I didn't
Devil
really
May
get
Cry
to
is not
that.
an RPG.
I did play Final Fantasy sekejap. Kingdom
Which
Hearts
one?
sekejap. I played Kingdom Hearts. I played Final Fantasy, and I didn't like both of them. But Kingdom Hearts, I liked it better because of the characters and all stuff. It was fun, but it didn't stuck
Mm,
with me.
mm,
It didn't
mm.
stick with me like how Witcher did. So because
So
of the
so
world, because of everything.
I think probably because Witcher is an adult theme
Yeah, the
RPG. Could it be?
the story, the characters, the voice acting, dude, everything is just perfect. I mean, the combat is
Yeah,
a bit
yeah,
wonky a
wonky lah.
bit, but
It's a bit
like
wonky.
everything else, the way they build the world, how like the contracts make sense, like even the side missions are like so in depth and so immersive. It's crazy.
Mm,
So yeah,
mm, 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 mm.
okay,
So your game of the decade is The Witcher 3.
yes, Witcher 3. That's what.
Wow.
That's the only one. Destiny doesn't come close
Wow.
to me. For me, Destiny is the kind of
Yeah.
game where
Just
like yeah,
just
just
to
for
just to so called to see whether is it true or not that you have played more hours
jadi kan ya
in
Allah.
you have played more hours
Astaghfirullahaladzim.
in it.
Belum, tolong ah.
Let's see.
Kawan-kawan kan.
You have spent 2,500
Oh my
hours
god.
in Destiny
Oh my
1 and
god.
2
Oh my
combined.
god. Let's
Combined.
let's see
So
let's see balloons.
I don't
Let's see
know
balloons
whether
guys.
it's really true or not that you have spent that much.
Because in Destiny, when you play Destiny, you don't feel like it's long though. You play like when you're in a raid, you're like in the moment. But when I play Witcher, I feel like I've been playing for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Because I'm like traveling on horse, going to town, to town, to town, contract, talking to people, contract, kill
Yeah, I
people.
know, I
Like
get it. I just
it
pulling
feels
your
like
leg.
it's you know.
Okay.
But yeah, I
Pulling
feel
your leg.
macam technically memang lebih lah 1,700. What the fuck am I doing? But yeah, like yeah, like yeah,
Yeah, I don't want to
Witcher 3.
show. I don't want to show
I don't want to
Bello's
show.
number. I don't want to show Bello's number. Rather than his wife, when his wife looks at it and it's like, "What? You marry me or you marry Destiny?"
Yeah, okay,
And
all right.
yeah, well, that's a good first section, 37 minute. Cool. Now let's go into the mid. Now let's give Sobe. Can you give a call to Stalker? See, is
Well,
he coming soon or is he not coming soon? If he's coming soon, then we're gonna wait for him. If it is not so soon, we're gonna start off Mandalorian before him. If
Okay.
we're gonna wait for him, then we're gonna go to what you've been watching first, rather than we go straight to Mandalorian.
All right. Bye bye.
So I will mute and then we go to just me and Bella right now. So yeah, probably tomorrow I'm gonna click on Destiny, and I think rather than I keep getting messages from my from Daniel, can you ask Uncle Sobe, can he help me? I was like, then I waited for about 10 minutes. He's busy lah. I did not even ask you. Yeah, because but okay, let me share with you some of the things that he actually messaged me over the last few days. So
It's not. It's like if he asks me for my help, that I have to find another friend to help us.
to
It's
get the,
like
the
we
to
can
get
do
the
team.
fire team in, right?
Yes, to get
Yeah.
the team in. So
I
I have
know.
to
So
wait
so
for.
if I'm playing and then you're playing and then he's playing, so at least we have three, so we don't have to trouble other people. So I'm going to so-called show this. Let me see if I can close this. How do I close this thing? Can I? Yeah, I can't. Okay, right. Never mind. Just do this.
Hello. Right.
Yeah.
So Stalker, I don't think he's coming. I think it's just the three of us. Stalker dah
Oh,
tak
just the three of us.
fighting.
Okay.
I think it's
So if it's just the three of us, then we're gonna go straight into Mandalorian. But before that, so I'm just gonna share with Bellon here. So this is the screen between me and my kid, right?
Oh no.
Between me and my kid. So if you look at, so he sent me on Thursday. So he got the Devil's Ruin, yay!
Woo!
So I get, wow,
Belum.
right? And then Devil's Ruin, okay, press on again. Oh, right. And then he got the last word, 960. Right.
Nice.
They say, oh my, this is one of my favorite knee. And then he showed me this because I gave him access to the app on the Destiny app on his phone, right?
Mhm.
So and then he showed me he collected all hunter exotic armor. I said, this guy's crazy, right? Right. So he has every single armor, exotic armor for the hunter. Now that's his main character. Titan and Warlock is his sister, and then sometimes he plays Warlock as well. And then the weapons, he has like 18 for energy, kinetic 14, and then 11. This guy's not bad, not bad at all, right?
Yep.
So yeah. So
He's
and the
better
other
than
thing
me.
is if you look at his emoticon or
More than
emoji
so bad
there,
lah.
Yep,
more than
definitely.
so bad.
Definitely better than me, definitely.
So I was like, so, and yeah, so I and now I keep I put a limit to the time that he spent on Destiny because it's like playing way too much than I want him to be playing on Destiny. I don't want him to be like so
Kalau
bad
pagi
time
petang.
wasted on Destiny. This
I don't
now
think. Ah.
now this sekolah petang. Now this sekolah petang.
Oh, petang.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
think
okay.
I don't think I told you this, but he did invite me 1 or 2 times, and I thought it was you. But I
Yeah.
was already in a team, and I was like, "Hey, baju
Yeah.
main ke?" I was like, and then I think Balloon was in party. I was like, itu anak dia. I was like,
Anak dia.
oh, okay.
Invite tu okay lagi. Kalau dengan Belon dia join terus Belon punya party.
Does he talk?
Je Belon
Aku dah
Belon duk tengah main
farming
kan. Belon duk tengah sorang-sorang tiba-tiba dia join terus dengan Belon.
Syamil.
you know, I need precision kills lah. I was carefully shooting aim ni. Tiba-tiba datang anak dia ni boom 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 boom. What?
Aduh.
Aku pun dah segan dah dengan si Belon ni. Cakap alamak Belon ni macam mana aku nak cakap
No,
ni.
it's okay. It's like kalau dia nak minta tolong, it's like I have to wait for my friend too. Like macam okay, starting from the reset week, you know, we're getting all the pinnacles to power up. Usually sebab orang pun dah tak ramai, so we raid usually paling lama pun Ahad lah habis for 3 characters to raid kan. Because nak kumpul orang sekarang susah. So probably I can help him like orang dah tak ada nombor apa. So jadi Monday and Tuesday
Meaning
orang
just
dah tak
1 or 2 days before reset lah basically.
1 or 2 days before reset orang dah tak buat apa-apa. All they got all the powerful weapons and armors, dia orang dah tak masuk lah.
So
So I can
the light level right now maximum for Destiny is
limitless.
seriously.
You grind more, you grind more, you get
Yeah.
higher.
Yep.
So there's no more
artifact.
max. So there is no more max
There's
level.
it's only the hard caps. Hard cap meaning that okay, this is it. Even your legendary engram it will drop at this power level. The rest is your artifact and
Your weekly
Your
and artifact lah.
your
Okay,
pinnacles
okay.
and stuff. Right?
Your
pinnacles
pinnacle
and
and your
your
weekly
artifact.
lah.
Yeah.
Okay, faham. So they still capped by the if you finish everything in that week, so you cannot power up anymore lah. Level up anymore lah. You have to take
Yes, you can.
until
You
the
can.
next
You
reset
can
lah.
do all the bounties and everything. You power up your level up your artifact by doing bounties and activities. That one is limitless. So once you power
Also,
up, you will
it is not
plus one.
limited by the weekly and daily bounties.
No. You can go up to 1,000 plus power level right now. You know, is no limit
Okay.
as long as you grind.
Okay, interesting. All right. So since Uncle Pedro will not be joining us, so we're gonna go and dive right into it. So we're gonna talk about Amanda, right? And Amanda has been so great. I mean, I'm gonna just start off a little bit in the sense that I come in blind when I started watching Mandalorian. I know nothing about Mandalorian. The extent of knowledge that I know is he looks more or less like the bounty hunter, right? He looks more or less like Boba Fett, right? And that's it. So I don't know anything about it. And if you guys remember, I asked you guys how many, or was it I asked you guys, or was it the other group that I have, where how many years where is this in the Star Wars timeline? So I don't even know where is this in the Star Wars timeline, right? Is it before episode 7, or is it after episode 7 before episode 8, or is it before the first trilogy or the second trilogy. But now I know it started about what, 7 years after the episode six, right? Seven
Yeah,
years after
after
episode
Return of the
six.
Jedi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No,
7 years after
no,
Empire.
no, no. It's actually 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Okay, okay.
5 years.
Well, 5 years
Yeah.
after Return of the Jedi. So
Mm.
that means when the Empire kind of like collapsed,
Yeah.
and that's where the Mandalorian guy made up with the ex Imperial Army commander or something, and get so yeah. So I guess Robert have a lot to say, and you guys are more of an expert on this rather than me. But I kind of like just love it. So Robert, take it away. What do you think of it?
I think Balloon should go first. It's fine.
Robert should go first.
Okay,
All
you
right,
can go.
Well,
Belon.
okay, love it. Love the series so much. It's like, if you want to do fan service, this is it. You know, this
Oh.
you watch Mandalorian. It's like we're watching the original trilogy again. It's like very rough, very gritty. It's like it's like really you're watching the original trilogy again, and the way they make it. Even the droids, the gong droid, the gong droid, the square ones with
Yeah,
two
yeah, yeah.
legs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The
The
one
the
that,
the
yeah.
what do you
The
know
Gonk
that
droid.
droid?
The
The
Yeah,
one
Gonk
that
droid. How do I spell it?
the one that gets scared
yeah,
and just like, yeah.
this one,
Uh,
that one.
yeah.
Oh yeah. The Gonk droid.
Ah,
Yeah. Okay. Got
gong
it. I
droid.
show it soon. Okay.
Okay. The original trilogy, what they do is they put a little person in that thing and it just walk around. It's really really wonky the way it walk because it's big and heavy for a little person.
Mm.
I think they do it the same thing. If you notice when the first time the Mando took the bounty for taking the baby Yoda,
Mm-hmm.
and he went into before he met the stormtrooper. He went to the room. It's like this droid you can see it walking. It's like that. I think it's like I thought like it's like the way they do it. I'm sure that there's a little person in there. The way they do it is like the same like the 70s. They maintain the grittiness, the roughness, even when Mando what press the doorbell, I don't know, doorbell or something, that the droid come out. The droid eye is like machuka biki, right? That eye, the droid eye that come out. It's like it's like when it's like what
It's
comes to my
mechanical.
mind.
It
My
is
mind is
not
like
computerized. It's not CGI.
yes. It's not clean. It's like just like the
Mm.
original Star Wars.
It's like a cheap but good. It's
Yes,
like
cheap but
cheap in a good way, right? Cheap in
cheap
a
in a
good
good
way.
way. Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's
When
like
they
when you order a pisang goreng in KLCC Asiana versus pisang goreng tepi jalan. It's cheap, but it's better than the Asiana pisang goreng, obviously.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
When I saw that droid eye came out, it's like the first thing came in mind is that the scene where Luke Skywalker came to save Han Solo at Jabba the Hutt's lair. It's like, what you kau bikin? I said, damn, the way they do it.
Yeah.
Love it
I
so
mean,
much.
the first episode is really good, and I agree with you, Belon. The first episode is like you get this sense of it's that planet that you are so familiar with, right? It's that view that
Yeah.
you are so familiar with, and then you get the small house or the houses, and then the cantina that you are so familiar with, right? And you get this sense of this is the Star Wars that I'm looking for,
Yes, correct. But
right?
sometimes I feel like when the Mandalorian say that this is the way. It's like it's like
The
they
force,
saying
may the
it to
force be
the.
with you, right? Is
It's
that
like
back
no
in
to
the
me.
days,
It's like
may the force be with you, right?
sometimes I feel like the sentence is just is directed to the three directors of the new
Oh,
the
so
new,
maybe
the new Star Wars
what you're
movies. Like
saying
this
is
is the
that they're
way.
saying
This
that
is
no,
what
this is
how
the
you do
way,
it.
not the movie way. This is the way. Yeah. I get you.
Sometimes I
I
think it's
get
like
you.
a jab towards the directors. This is the way. It's like, this is the way how you should do Star Wars. Sometimes I feel it's like
Yeah, I think yeah, I can see that. I can see that. But it's true. And back in the days when we watched Star Wars again, back in the day, when we watched Star Wars, uh May the Force be with you is like so popular, right?
Mhm.
And with the new trilogy, there's nothing like it.
Yes,
Right.
yes, yes.
Then but this Mandalorian, we have this is the way and I have spoken, right?
Yes, I've spoken.
You know that I use a lot in my other group, with my Play Beyond group, and there's like the older PlayStation group. So they in there, there's a couple of guy who's like really into the Star Wars lore, like
Mhm.
really into the Star Wars lore, crazy into Star Wars
Yeah.
lore. So, and with them, they speak Star Wars on a daily basis. So they use the phrase "This is the way lah," "I have spoken lah," and it brings back those memories of "May the Force be with you" kind of thing. I remember whenever I've talked with my brother, whenever he's going somewhere, we would say that "May the Force be with you," right? And now I'm doing that again with those group of people, right? And yeah, so yeah, that's the first
Like,
one. And what else, Bella, that you feel that is really strikes great with
Okay,
you when it comes to Mandalorian?
it's like my one of my favorite characters in Star Wars is Boba Fett. I like Boba
Mm,
Fett because of the way
yeah,
he looks, the armor and everything, and I
yeah.
love it. Love this series because it went deep into the lore of the Mandalorians itself. Before this,
Mm,
I don't know what Mandalorians are. I mean, I know Boba Fett. I know he's a bounty hunter, but if you guys remember Wan Jing who play Destiny, Wan Jing,
no.
Wan Jing.
Siapa tu?
yeah,
Wan Jing, yes, Wan Jing, yes,
yes,
our friend in
yes.
Destiny.
Yes, he's one of the guys like your friends there. It's like everyday law. He's really deep into this Star Wars law, and he was like, you want to know what happened to Boba Fett? Give me the novels of. I remember this novel is like bounty hunter stories.
Mhm.
It's like Boba Fett after he went into the mouth of the what the animal called at Empire Strikes. No, Return of Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
He died in that pit, right? The
Yeah, that pit, that Sarlacc pit.
yes, Starlight pit. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
He didn't die actually.
Oh God, I can't remember. Oh, he
The,
didn't die.
he
Yeah,
didn't
he did
die.
that.
He didn't die. That
What?
Mandalorian armor protects him. He only
So
lost
wait,
parts of his
he
parts
did
of
not
yeah
die in the novel or in the comic?
in the novel. In the novel, he did not die.
Okay,
He did not
okay,
die.
okay.
But like at this point in Star Wars, no one dies. Basically, there's no stakes. No one
Even
dies.
come
Literally.
on, don't go into it, Sobe. Don't go into it.
No,
Let's
I just
go
want no,
back
no.
to
I just want to.
Mandalorian.
No, I just want
Let's
to say
not go there.
even
Let's
Darth
not go
Maul dia
there.
dah potong dia dua pun dah campak dia
Again.
pun dia tak boleh buat.
Let's not go there. Okay, I'm gonna cut you off.
Okay. Alright. Tak, I'm
So
just
Wan
saying.
Jing told me like,
You know,
okay, Boba Fett is a Mandalorian and all that, all those Star Wars laws. Before I met Wan Jing, is like Star Wars movies are only movies for me. Like, and he explained very very deep about this Star Wars law, and then I got so deep into it.
when do you have this conversation with Wanjing?
I went to university with him.
Oh,
He was in the same. He
he's
was
your real life friend. Okay,
yeah.
I did not know that. I thought that he's just like us, like Destiny friends. Mm.
He was my roommate actually. He is.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay. Hmm.
I remember like I was the one in the room that has a PC at that time, and he went out just to buy X-wing versus TIE Fighter, the game. We played hours on my
Wait,
PC.
you played that game? I was back. We were too poor to buy a PC, so we did not manage to. I only get to buy a second-hand laptop when I was like 24 years old, right? So I've never had a PC before that. So yeah, man, I wish I can play X-wing, but yeah,
So
damn,
that's why my feel like it's like Mandalorian. This is what Star Wars series or
should
movie
be.
should be.
This is what
Yeah.
Star Wars should be, right? The on the first episode though, I felt that it has the vibe of Cowboy Bebop. I'm not sure whether you guys have watched Cowboy Bebop or not.
Yeah.
So yeah, the vibe of Cowboy Bebop where you have a small ship, right, and then you're a bounty hunter,
I feel
and
like
then you
sorry.
sorry, yeah, you
So
start to meet up with people, and it is as if like this guy is gonna be part of your crew, right?
mm-hmm.
So and oh, but he's not your crew towards the end. I'm like, this shit, I thought he's gonna be part of the crew, but in the end they were a crew, right? All of them,
Mm.
right? In the
Yeah.
end, so it's for me, it's like, oh my god, they make it so beautiful. You know, they tease you in the beginning, and then you kind of like forgot about that guy, and then that guy came back somewhere in the middle of the season, and then that guy goes back again, and then suddenly they became a crew. I'm like, oh my god, it's like so great. And you know, because why? Because I if you tell me what would be the anime, my number one go-to anime, that would be Cowboy Bebop, right? So
Hmm.
just because of that, and I really feel so close with the whole first episode, getting the crew together, being a bounty hunter, and then every time he gets a bounty, he don't really get the money, so he you know, he use it to repair his armor. It's just like Cowboy Bebop, they never really enjoy the bounty, right? You know, when they manage to get something, and then they have to give it back the money, or they don't take the money, or just like, you know, in one of those episodes where they were helping those folks at the planet, what planet was that, where he and that guy, that lady was helping, you know, the village folks against, they were
Yeah, I
helping it
guess,
for free. So
yeah.
they were
Mhm.
helping those folks for free, so it is not that they get money, so they just get food, just like Cowboy Bebop, right? Just like Cowboy Bebop. And that what makes me think that, oh, it's so good. Yeah, so good.
You know, another thing that I love about Mandalorian is like they have new characters but seem so familiar. But the newest strategy is that they have like they bring back old characters but seem so strange, feel so strange. They have Leia back, they have that Lando Calrissian back, they have Han Solo back, but it feels so strange.
But
But
and it
Mandalorian is
doesn't
like
feel natural, right? It doesn't feel
yeah,
natural, right?
Mandalorian is like all new characters but it feels so familiar.
Mm,
Feels-
true. Like I said, the vibe is so good, and it's been a long time since, you know, for example, like Cowboy Bebop, where the moment you hear the theme song, it really gives you this rush of blood or rush of adrenaline, where, oh, I get so excited. Dum, 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 dum. The same thing with Mandalorian, you know, before and after the show, it's like dum, 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 you know, the drum beat, you know, so all the
Yeah.
percussion beats, oh my god, it's so good.
The guy,
Even
the
the
guy that produces the soundtrack for Mandalorian semua is the same guy in like Black Panther, all that. So he's really good.
oh
Like
really, it's the same
yeah,
guy.
Ludwig. Get I forgot his name,
You
but
know
his
that
name.
he's the same guy that do the soundtrack for, if I'm not mistaken, um it's Death Stranding soundtrack. Yes, it's the same guy that
oh
do Death
really?
Stranding soundtrack.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, it's the same guy that do Destiny. That's why Destiny soundtrack is like so good. And he won Destiny soundtrack, also won the best soundtrack for in the Game Awards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Ludwig Göransson. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
Death
Mm.
Stranding. Yeah, Death Stranding. Ludwig Forso. That's correct.
Mm. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so that's. What about you, Belen? Do you have anything else to add on that front?
Nah, I think we pass it to so bad.
That's
Pass
like
it
a
to
gelap,
Somer.
maybe.
Pass it
Aduh.
to so bad. He's been waiting to say something. I'm
I
sure.
didn't. No.
Yeah, see
You
that
guys,
Death Stranding, Ludwig Forso, so it's the same guy.
no. It's a different guy. I'm talking about Ludwig
Really?
Garrison, not
Really? Oh,
Ludwig.
it's a different guy.
Yeah, this guy is Ludwig, not Ludwig. Ludwig Garrison.
Okay,
So dia
so
buat
yeah.
Creed, dia buat Venom, dia buat the new movie Christopher Nolan, Tenet, Black Panther. Yeah, so yeah. Uh,
So it's the different guy. Okay, good.
yeah.
My bad then.
No, okay. Balloon, you done or you?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm just gonna slide into and outside, whatever that you guys want to talk, because I
Oh, yeah,
don't,
yeah.
yeah, like I said, I don't have any background knowledge or previous experience when it comes to anything Mandalorian. I only know about Boba Fett, and that's it.
Okay. So when I started Mandalorian, I was like halfway done with Clone Wars. So if you watch Clone Wars, you know
Ah,
there's like
okay.
Mandalorian law in it. So I was like really curious because like I knew what I had to know when I watched Mandalorian. Like I knew Boba Fett wasn't a Mandalorian, Jango Fett wasn't a Mandalorian. They were just
Sorry,
wearing
wasn't or was a Mandalorian?
was not. They both
Was not.
stole. They both stole the armor. Macam Jango Fett stole Mandalorian armor and colored it to make him look like a Mandalorian. Lah.
Wait. Jango Fett is the father, and the clone is Boba Fett, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
basically, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I
It's
just saw that.
basically.
Okay, okay, okay.
So
So,
Boba did the same thing, try to follow his dad. The reason why he stole Mandalorian armor because Mandalorians uh during the old times are basically uh savages. They are used as macam they are used as army for hire, where other planets use them to fight in their war. Basically, the clones before the clones. So and
oh,
then
so
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 they are army for hire.
yeah.
Army for hire.
So during the Clone
Mm.
Wars, but this is like before the Mandalorians actually had a war with the Jedi and the Sith, basically, and like they were siding with the Sith and all that. And then they just realized they're gonna just like defeat both, and they did that. That's like
Ah.
a whole background. I don't want to get into it, but basically, during the Clone Wars, the Mandalorians are already civilized people. They're a whole what the new Senate is a lady. I forgot, but it's like Obi-Wan's ex girlfriend or something like that. So
What?
yeah. So but Obi-Wan denies it, but you know that there's a thing there lah, because Jedi is not supposed to have all this and
Wait,
so
wait. So this is not in the movies.
no, it's not, but it's canon because Clone Wars is canon. So
So Obi-Wan is in oh yeah, Obi-Wan was in Clone Wars. Yes, that's right.
yeah.
Okay.
So basically, when the Mandalorian was in Clone Wars, the Mandalorians were already like civilized people, and there's like a small group of people, of Mandalorians that
Mm.
that still want to follow the traditional way, where they become like really aggressive, like they want to be like stuff like
Hello, Sobai?
saya kuat gila punya apa. I think someone turned on the PS4.
Not me.
No, I accidentally unmuted the TV. So yeah.
Kuat gila. So yeah,
Quite. Okay.
yeah, kuat gila.
That means
Kuat
it's a good
belum?
mic. That means it's a good mic that I'm using.
Terkejut aku. Okay, alright. So yeah, so basically when they started, Mandalorians in it, so they formed a group called Night Watch. So these Night Watch are basically Mandalorians using their traditional ways of life, where they kill people. They're basically savages. They're not into all this diplomatic democracy. They're more to power. They want power and all that. So the Night's Watch is if you watch The Mandalorian sampai habis, you guys watch sampai habis kan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm.
So okay, so The Mandalorian ni, there used to be a guy. No way, this will tie into Mandalorian. This guy is basically a Jedi and a Sith at the same time. Faham tak? Macam like somehow he's a Mandalorian that was a Sith. Then he turned into a Jedi during
Okay.
the war, and he stayed at the temple and he died at the Jedi temple. So the Night's Watch ni basically wanted. He's the owner of the dark saber that you guys are looking at in Mandalorian. He's the
Mm.
legendary
Ah.
Mm.
Jedi that held the dark the dark saber. That's the only saber yang nampak awak. So that dark saber supposed to be in the Jedi Temple. So the Mandalorians took it. So then
Tarabicia, is it?
yeah, that
The
guy.
main-
Yeah, he's
okay.
like white, macam like he's like a Sith, but he's a good Sith. He just wants balance the Force or something like. He's always balancing the Force and bullshit. So yeah, so the Night's Watch took the dark saber, attacked the Jedi Temple, took the dark saber and ran, and they kept it. So from my point of view, what the Mandalorian is such a fucking great Star Wars series. Is one of the best Star Wars content on the internet right now you can find. And for me, the reason
On
why
Disney Plus, guys. On Disney Plus.
yes, on Disney Plus is the reason the reason why I like the Mandalorian so much is because it's self-contained. It's not tied into any other universe. Any other
Wait. No, that's not true. That's not true. It states that it is in the timeline. It's just 5 years after the return of the Jedi. So don't tell me that it does not connect it to all the time the so-called the same universe. It is in the same universe.
No. I'm not saying that it's not in the same universe. I'm saying it's self-contained story. It has a self-contained story, as in like they don't even know what the Jedi's are. Faham tak? Like they don't
Okay. You mean it is not connected to the
oh,
Skywalker
as I'm saying,
books? Okay.
they're not connected to all the other stories. So they are self-contained. So they can make up their own story then, and you only care about one character or like about that one group of people. So except for I mean like all the episodes are great except for episode 5. I think everyone can agree with me. Episode 5 was the
What?
worst.
Which episode is episode 5?
Episode 5 is the one with Toro. You guys.
Wait, which one is Toro?
Toro is the guy in the bar where Mando goes into the bar and then and then like the guy just
The one with the Ming Na Wen, the one where he went and met Ming Na Wen.
The girl
The
from Agents of Shield.
sharpshooter or sniper? The episode.
But why do you think you're telling me that that is not
because that Toro character is like the worst actor for me. The acting was bad. The story, I feel like that episode macam was a filler episode. I understand there's a lot of filler episodes there.
Yeah, that's a side quest episode.
Yeah, it's a side quest episode. And I feel like the story, I mean like if it was a bit longer, I guess, but like the way everything was like played out, the pacing, all that, it was the worst. And I was surprised that the director was the same director that did episode 1, the pilot, which the pilot was good, was really good. So he did episode 5 as well. So I was like, oh okay. Episode 4 pun macam okay juga because
episode 4 is which one?
The one where there's like a ATSD. And then
that is a great episode lah.
No, that's a great episode.
We have all the battle and all that. Yeah.
No. But it was for me. I was like, okay, this ATSD ada orang ketak kat dalam ni. Asal dia macam like AI lah tiba-tiba. Like he does have to stand. I was like, okay. But overall, it's a good because that's a really Star Wars punya episode because in Clone Wars there's like 3 or 4 episodes just like that where they had to train the villagers to macam fight and all that. So yeah, it's a very Star Warsy and I liked it. 7 and 8 is my favorite episode. I think because I'm biased to Taika Waititi, I guess. But 8 was really good because of the character interactions between the stormtroopers, and then the pacing.
Yes.
And then you see punching Baby Yoda tu macam tak sikit, but like yeah, like they introduced flame troopers.
Wait, the episode 5 is not the same director as the chapter because the first one is Jon Favreau, right?
No, Jon Favreau is the showrunner and the writer.
Oh, the written guy. Okay, sorry, correct. You got it right. Dave Filoni is the director. Dave Filoni is the director. Oh, you know why it is not good? Because it is also written by Dave Filoni. It is not written by
That's
John
the first
Favreau.
one that John Favreau tak tulis. So
Yeah, no, there's actually another one that John Favreau did not write, which is The Prisoner. Which is also the side quest.
Prisoner pun macam
But okay,
I love
Prisoner is
Bilbo.
good.
I love
Prisoner
Bilbo,
is
I
right?
like
good.
Prisoner. I like that
Prisoner
like
is
Bilbo.
good.
I
Prisoner is
hated the
good.
brother though. I hated the brother. The
The
brother
what?
yang macam betray dia punya sister macam pukimak tiba-tiba. But I
Yes.
Well,
but
it's a
you know,
dog eat dog world.
yeah lah, it's good. I mean, it. Like I said, episode 5 is the only episode that that I can say is bad for me. Everything
Yeah,
else
I mean,
is
I wouldn't say it is bad, but it is the worst of all 8 episodes, right?
yeah, which is bad lah. You know what I mean? But okay, it's fine. All right. Okay. Moving
It is
on.
still good if we compare to the movies.
But what do you call something that's worse in a category?
It
Bad.
is worse.
Bad.
But it's not bad. It is worse.
Another word for it is okay. All right. Whatever. Moving on. Yeah, I think overall it's a good series. I like the introduction last minute where who's the guy from Breaking Bad too? That guy is fucking awesome every single
Breaking Bad.
every
Who's the
time I
guy?
see him on screen. I'm like, wow, this guy
Chicken
can really
guy.
carry.
Who?
Like,
Which one?
alah, siapa nama dia? Fuck, aku lupa gila siapa nama dia kat dalam Star Wars tu. What's his name?
No, I mean, describe the guy.
The big bad guy yang pegang the dark saber tu, the black guy.
The big guy yang pegang the lightsaber. Siapa dia, Belon? Belon tahu?
Belum tahu.
Forgot the name lah. Yang ni
Nama
yang
dia
bawa
Giancarlo Esposito. Tapi in Mandalorian, I forgot what's his name.
He's the bad guy.
He's the bad guy. His name is in the Mandalorian. Wait, what the fuck is it?
Yang
Oh,
pegang
Moff
lightsaber.
Gideon. Moff Gideon.
Oh, you mean the black guy towards the end? He only
I literally
appears.
said that. Literally said the
Okay,
bad
because
guy.
every time he appears.
Chicken Man, Breaking Bad Chicken Man dia lah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Breaking
okay.
Bad
You
guy.
know what? I haven't watched a single episode of Breaking Bad. Yeah,
Oh
sorry.
my god,
It's
baju.
too long. Berapa season? Breaking Bad tu 7, 8 season. I don't want to go into it.
6 seasons je.
Huh?
6 seasons je, relax lah.
I know, and you know that berapa episode satu season? It's not the normal 8-10 episode tau.
Yalah. But
It's the berbelah-belah berpuluh-puluh episode tau.
no, start when you're on a holiday. If you start now, you're not gonna go to work and all that stuff because you just want to see what the fuck is happening after.
Yes.
So good.
True.
It's super good.
One of the best TV
Yeah.
series.
One of the
The
best.
thing is, bila nak ada holiday, tunggu pencen. Kan?
Pencen lah, tunggu belum mati. Okay, so back
So
to
yeah, but Moff Gideon is like so good as a bad guy, right?
Yeah.
It checks all the boxes, right? You know, he kills his own people, right?
Yeah.
And then he comes in like in a ship, and then he's alone in that ship, and then just standing there, right?
Yeah.
And then the moment he speaks, it's like you get the Obama vibe from him. It's like the with the deep
Oh,
voice.
you get the Breaking Bad
Yeah.
vibe. If you know,
Very loud.
if you watch Breaking Bad, you would know this. Baju, oh my god.
Really? Okay.
Like,
You know that he's a bad man.
Imagine that sikit tu you know he's good. Imagine Breaking Bad, how he's just there, and he's oh my god, Baju. I think he kind of reminds me of you when he's like super nice to people. He reminds me of you because he kind of plays these two characters inside Breaking Bad. One nice guy, one bad guy. So when he's nice, he's like you know, smiling and like macam what that jokes stuff. I don't know, but yeah. So
Okay,
yeah.
I'll start watching lah Breaking Bad to tengok macam mana. Right? Because it's on Netflix, so it's easy to watch, right?
I have a
Yeah.
question for you guys. What do you guys think about Baby Yoda? The introduction of Baby Yoda inside the series.
Introduction.
Macam like they introduced Baby Yoda,
Oh,
which
okay.
they never
Okay.
mentioned anything. They just put it as like a surprise.
You know,
What do you
I look at like I said, I get this big vibe of Cowboy Bebop. So in Cowboy Bebop, if you guys remember, there's the dog, that is that dog, and also there is what's the boy, the computer wizard hacker thingy.
Hacker.
I can't remember the name of
Who's
that.
the main guy of Cowboy Bebop again? Who's the main guy? he's like the Han
Spike,
Solo.
Spike Spiegel.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
he's basically Han Solo. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so when you have this the baby Yoda, it's like the dog or that baby hacker thing, right? Because why? It's like combination of both. He's small and cute like the dog, and he can't really
Edward,
speak
Edward.
like the dog. Edward, right? Exactly, Edward. So and because the Edward have some abilities where he can hack things and then he can move things with his hands, blah blah blah, using his. So that's why I get this vibe of that Yoda and that Yoda thing. Yeah, right. So that's
Mm,
why I get this really vibe of Right. So and
yeah.
then the Spike really cares for these two people, and the same thing Mando really cares for these two people. And when you have the this is the way guy comes in, and then when you have when he stopped by at the episode 5 at that workshop there, at that hangar there, and then Baby Yoda got
Mm.
taken care of by it. It's the same thing in one of those episode where somebody is taking care of the dog and taking care of Edward as well. So I really love it, if you tell me, because why? I really get back this Cowboy Bebop vibe from it. And again, I have a small baby right now, 3 years old, just like Baby Yoda. So it hits all the right notes for me. Seriously.
Yeah, same with me. It's just it lightens up,
Yeah.
the when it appears, it's like Baby Yoda.
And you know that there is no droid, there is no cute droid like R2D2. That's Baby Yoda.
Yep. Like
Right.
I like I like how they used all the new characters that they put in. I think every character has a role, and I liked it. Like every character has a purpose, and even Baby Yoda. Like the one thing that um thing about Baby Yoda is that I always get tired of looking at cute things in a movie macam Dadah tu. But Baby Yoda somehow macam like fuck, don't punch that baby, dude. Like they make you not feel tired of looking at him. He's always like, when he's like eating the soup, when
Yes.
Mando was fighting, was like he's like, oh my god, that's like the best thing ever. At the same time, you want to throw him in the trash can. You want to, he's so cute and all that. But yeah, I feel like it hits all the right notes in terms of
Yeah.
utilizing all the characters. Yeah, overall, such a great, great, great series for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Star
And
Wars, and not the best TV show. They're saying the best.
the other part that I really love is um I'm very bad with the faces of actors that is on screen. Unlike my wife, she knows that that's this guy or that's that guy, because I
Yeah.
don't know, especially when they have makeups on it or the voice. But the fact that we have Nick Nolte playing as Quill, right? We
Mm-hmm.
have the droid, that bounty hunter droid, played
Mm-hmm.
by Taika Waititi,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then we have Ming Na Wen as um
Just a character that died.
Fennec sniper or something. Fennec, or is it Fanak? Or I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
really remember. And then we have Bill Burr F. Mayfeld. Bill Burr character was so alive.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah. Bilbo was
in
really good.
the in the
You really,
beginning,
you really,
I,
really hated Bilbo.
in the beginning, I feel like, who's this guy? He's like so annoying, and he's just the typical, hot shot guy in the beginning, right? So you
Mhm.
get that right. But the moment they are in the ship and the moment they are in that prison facility, that's
Mhm.
when the character like so alive, right? So I'm like,
Yeah.
and then they get Bill Burr to play that guy, right?
Yeah. And
So
and and he's still
It's
around.
not
He's
like
not
a
dead yet.
cameo or something. It's like the whole episode, right?
I'm
yeah,
glad. I'm glad he didn't kill him because, like, I'm glad they didn't kill him because he's still
he could
there.
come back lah.
Yeah. So I love that he's coming back. I love that
so
guy.
so and then there is Richard Ayawade. I'm not sure because at the same time I'm watching the IT crowd, and
Yeah.
Richard Ayawade is. Do you know who Richard Ayawade played?
It's the old guy, right?
No, he played the droid who
That was
is
rowing the boat.
who is when they're gonna go to that prison, and that who drive the who drive the ship,
Yeah,
and then
yeah, yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
so
yeah,
he's
yeah,
Richard
yeah, yeah,
Ayoade. So when
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah, yeah,
listening,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
you
he's dead.
know, because the droid is funny as well. With the way it's, okay, now we have arrived now, or yeah, we are boosting now. But this guy doesn't have any countdown, which is exactly like the IT crowd kind of like vibe that you get from him. Like, and the moment when you watch the credits, and that's when you see like, shit, it's Richard Ayoade, no wonder. So it makes you go back and then rewatch the episode just to get more of Richard Ayoade. So
Yep.
yeah, I love the fact that they have this big name doing small, or doing
supporting roles. Mm,
characters that
yeah.
nobody knows. People like Bilbo or Ming Na Wen, people can see the faces, but like Taika Waititi, they can only hear the voice.
I thought
Nick
it's so
Nolte,
good.
you can only hear the voice,
Mm.
right? So it's for me,
Even
it's
Yeah, and he
Jason.
was doing the droid tone voice, and we didn't hear his accent, so we didn't know it is Taika Waititi. You know.
yeah, right. So I said, because when I was watching, because I watch all the credits because of the so-called concept arts, right? Because after each shows there is this concept art, so I keep watching the concept arts, and it's like, oh my god, concept was so good. And then you can see sometimes it is like exactly like that, but sometimes it is not. And then when you see the credits, wait, Taika Waititi? Who the hell is Taika Waititi? So you have to like go back. And then remember, I was asking in the WhatsApp group, say, who's Taika Waititi? So is that damn right? Oh god damn it! So I have to watch it again. Right? So and then that's like the great part of the whole Mandalorian so-called series, because big names they put in such small roles, but the role is so alive, right? So alive with the writings and also the characters that they play, and they themselves, being cast as that guy. And yeah, so that's the other thing that makes me happy. And one more thing that I want to add on the thing that really feel good about the whole Mandalorian thing is, I'm not sure whether it is on purpose or they are like that, but it's like watching a game or playing a game. So you upgrade your armor, and then you get like the full armor, right? And then you start to build a team. When you play a game, so you start to have like a fire team of your own, or in RPG you start to have your own so-called group, right? So one character is a lady who's a brawler, and then another character who's a tinkerer who repair things, which is Quill, right? And then another character who can use magic, which is Baby Yoda, right? So and then you have like the big arc of the show, and then you have the side quest, which is the prison cell, which is the so what's the other one, that the one that you hate, the one that you hate, the one with where you want to
Gunslinger.
catch, yeah, the gunslinger episode, right? And these are the side quests. So and you really have this vibe of playing a Star Wars game of sort, right?
Yeah.
So and that makes me feel so good. And yeah,
It's like
like
an
what you said,
RPG.
it's yeah,
You
like an
have that
RPG.
armor, you have that good armor, and then you won't take it off until the end of the game.
Yeah, and you really, as someone who plays game and who loves RPG, and that really gives me the vibe. And you know what, the Witcher 3 don't have that building a team. And so yeah,
Apa baju cakap ni?
yeah, because maybe you don't understand that part, because why it doesn't have that building a team part, right?
No,
So
that is what I mean. Witcher 3 baru jumpa Dandelion. He's like
no, it
Leslie
is not the same.
Trish
Bella,
Monroe,
have you played
Jennifer.
Witcher 3?
Huh?
Have Bella played Witcher 3?
I don't know.
No.
No, okay, Bella
Maybe.
hasn't played. But Bella, you play all the other RPG, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So is I played both. This the typical JRPG or Western RPG, and also
Western,
Witcher
yeah.
3.
People too, yeah.
Yeah, because um yeah, a good would be the Fallout. Okay, Fallout. Bella play Fallout, right?
Yes, Fallout 2, 3, my favorite. One, two,
Yeah,
I
because
played all except for 76.
okay, Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. don't really have building a team
Companion,
like a
right?
typical,
Yeah,
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 don't really have companion like a typical JRPG, right?
yeah.
uh
One and two.
yeah. So, and the same thing for Witcher. Witcher is just like Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, where you don't really have a
Mm.
companion. You do have an NPC that becomes your friend along the way throughout the main quest, just like Witcher 3 you saw there. But
Mm.
the Mandalorian, they travel with you, right? And then they stay with you, and then they go to the end of the story with you, and you play them as well, right? So I feel that I'm playing the quill by repairing the ship. I feel that I play the lady character. Who's the name of the lady character? How come I keep forgetting about that lady character? Who's a brawler, where with a big gun, bah, 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 bah. Why the boss is there, so you have to use the big gun to shoot at
Yep.
the boss, right? So you have that vibe all over, right? So it's like you have the Cowboy Bebop anime soccer vibe, you have your video game vibe, and it's Star Wars, and it's like fan servicey. So it's like an amalgamation of the things that I really, really love. So it's crazy. It's crazy having something this good. It's crazy having something this good.
Yep.
So yeah, so those are some of the things that I really, really love when it comes to. Anything else that you want to add, Belon?
No, it's just I feel it's too bad. We have to wait for long season two.
Yeah, and I don't know whether it is in our group or it is in the other group where they are saying that 8 episode is just nice. For me, I would rather have 10, 12 episodes, right? I would rather
Mhm.
have maybe one or two more side quests, right?
I
Maybe
think eight.
one.
I think it's enough.
Really? Oh man, this is another guy where this is another point where we disagree. Seriously,
Kita
we I'm
lagi dia nak cakap dan tak
I
nampak.
am here. I am here to just
you
be
just
the
you
guy that.
just you just like to bangkang, kan?
No, no, no,
Memang
no.
bangkang dari
I I
longkang.
I always have a reason when I mangkang. It's not just like because I just wanna spite you, whatever. But I
you
feel like
don't
eight
think that a
episodes.
couple you don't think that a couple more side quests that maybe explore a little bit more about who's that lady,
Oh,
the
Alderaan.
brawler lady.
Yeah, the one from Alderaan. I forgot her name, but
Yeah,
it's
the
a
one from
she's
Halderon.
Alderaan. That's pretty interesting. But yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
so
like,
maybe
yeah,
maybe some backstory about her would be good, right? Maybe some backstory
good.
about her would be good.
Belum hilang. Belum?
Belum?
Belum? Hello? Oh, belum left.
No, no, okay, no, no, belum dah join balik lah. Okay. So yeah, so maybe Belon punya marah kat Belon sampai dia keluar grup dia masuk balik.
Supporter this group guy.
cut deep,
Boom.
cut very deep, cut very deep. Keluar
Cut
grup
this
kejap
group.
masuk balik.
Aduh. Okay,
Dia
next.
marah kat Sofian. Okay. So, but
Right.
maybe one more episode about Kara, just as a backstory a little bit, so that we can get to know more about her. Where maybe she meet with someone who's looking for her, and then they are in a mission to kill that guy and then stop that guy from killing her. It's like a not so it's a side quest of sorts. So maybe, and that's where I feel like, and then maybe one more episode where they do like a job to get money, and then they get to repair their own soccer ship, or maybe they get to buy like a big gun for Kara, right? So that's what I'm thinking of. So maybe we can have one or two more episodes, make it 10 or maybe 12,
I feel like
just for the
if
sake
you
of
want to do character development for another character, I feel like it's a bit too soon for season one because we're trying to introduce Mando, trying to introduce Baby Yoda, trying to introduce a lot of characters inside that inside a small universe. So for me, if there were a lot of, I feel like at the end we got a bit of that character development and finally saw Mando's face. I think that's a signal of them exploring more into characters into the next season because they're literally looking for the whole planet of Baby Yoda. Right? So I feel like
no.
eight episodes is enough. I mean, like,
I feel
what,
like I want 10. I like good round numbers. Yeah, and now that you mention Mandalorian's face, right? Uh, the fact that he's not white, he's a POC, people of color. Yeah, it kind of like affect me a little bit in the sense that man, they make this character so good, and he's a people of color. So yeah,
What?
so
Mandalorians are not white in general.
yeah, I know, but they
No,
in
no,
a
I'm
sense
just saying. I'm
they
just saying.
it's yeah it's POC. I mean they can make it white if they want to, right? They can make it, like I said, Mandalorian is not a race, it's a creed, so anybody can be
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mandalorian,
That's the thing.
right? Not just,
About
it
Star
can be
Wars is
white, it
like
can be black, it can
anyone
be
can
anybody.
be. Yeah, anyone can be
Yeah,
anything.
anybody can be Mandalorian. So as long as they found someone, like a foundling, and then they raise the guy, so that guy can be Mandalorian. It doesn't have to be so-called white or not white, right? So the fact that they make it people of color, yeah, I kind of like it. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, so that's is Mandalorian, and I think we all love it. I haven't found anybody who did not like it, at least,
Yep.
right? So it's so good.
I mean,
Now,
like people
yes.
that don't watch Star Wars, that really macam just watch Star Wars casually, they really don't like the Mandalorian. They think it's a bit slow. From most of my friends that after they said that, they're not my friends anymore. But mostly when they see those things, I'm like,
So
yeah,
your
macam
ex friends.
my ex friends is like, macam slow, macam bodoh tu. Baik aku tengok bola, aku macam okay lah. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good comparison. Okay, go ahead. Watch football instead of watching what. So yeah, I block them, delete them, all stuff. So, okay, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
Apart from those people lah. Okay.
uh,
Okay.
so bad, so bad. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a great so-called season of Mandalorian. We can't wait for the next one. And the next one is coming in what, 2021, right? Not 2020.
Yep. Nope.
It's bloody crazy. I thought we're gonna get one more towards the end of 2020, maybe November, December again. But we're only gonna get it in 2021. It's such a disappointment. It's such a disappointment.
Baju,
Okay.
relax. You have time to watch Breaking Bad that time. You want what? 10 episodes of Mandalorian. Now you have 20 episodes of Breaking Bad to watch. Don't worry. You
Yeah.
can fill that time with Breaking Bad.
Yeah. But I'm a bit perplexed because they cannot nail down the once a year per season so-called production that normally people have, or normally series have. So normally they would have that 1 year per season thingy, but they don't have that. So it kind of like disappointment. It's not that Disney don't have money, right?
I mean, like Disney is churning out movies and TV shows. Like there's like more than 4 this year only. So I mean, maybe dia budget for this year tak cukup untuk buat like
Oh man, they
produce.
80% of the box office in the world belongs to Disney. Think about it, guys.
That's crazy.
80% of box office or ticket sales are Disney's movie, and you tell me they don't have money?
Yeah.
Right? Probably, we're talking about 88 million ringgit a year.
Relax lah Baju. Oh my god. Aduh, mak dia ni kan. Allah, perangai. Takut lah. Relax.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so we're gonna close the book on Mandalorian. So it's been great. So yeah, so we're gonna close the book on Mandalorian now. We're gonna go straight to a little bit of what we've been watching, right? So that at least we're gonna give a few shout out in terms of shows that we think is good. So I'm gonna start off because I have a few. Simply because I'm now in the Philippines for the last 1+ month, and I don't have anything else to do other than playing games, writing my blogs, and also the watching Netflix and whatnot. It's a pity that I don't download stuff here because I'm too lazy to do that. I don't have stuff to actually go and put it on TV. So but I do watch it on Netflix. So the first thing is I just finished Lost in Space. Have you guys watched the first season? Bella, have you guys watched the first season? No, okay. Now,
I know about the show,
Lost
but I
is
haven't have the time to watch it.
yeah. So it's not long. It's about 10 episode per season. It's just nice. 10 episode per
Yeah, yeah.
season, right? Yeah,
Catch you,
that's like
catch
a
you.
nice round number. That's how you do a show, right?
Got it.
Yeah,
And
so
eight is not round number, of course. Yep.
again, eight is not a nice round
It's an
number.
even number, it's not a round number.
Yeah,
It's an even
yeah.
number.
It's like you're like a couple more shot to make it round, right?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so it's a show about a family. It's about, the world is ending. They can no longer live on Earth, so they are sending, this colony ship to go and colonize another planet in the galaxy. So it is not that far into the future. So what happened is a family got stranded away from the colonies, and it is how they survive, and they want to try to find back the colony. And the way, I don't want to spoil it to everyone, but the second season is much better than the first one, right? It's much better than the first one. See, Kevin, the big city says 10 is not enough. See, Sober, you are the only guy who thinks that, 8 is enough, and 10
Relax,
is
lah,
even
Kev.
not enough.
Up.
Yeah, I don't know how you can be friends with Sober if he's like this. Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
yeah, you
Okay.
should, just like how Sober
I
treats
still my friend.
everybody else, right? Yeah. So yeah, and Lost in Space is one. So you might, I'm a big space junkie. So the fact that Lost in Space have the word space in the title, and they spend like most of their time in space, it like really ticks all the right button, right?
Yep.
And this and that's like a serious show that I watch, but I like to watch a lot of, funny stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm watching an old classic, the IT Crowd. Oh my god, I'm laughing like crazy when it comes to the IT Crowd. Bellon, have you watched it? Sobe, have you watched IT
Yeah,
Crowd?
yeah. Yeah, I watched that TikTok.
The whole, I
But
mean, it's
was
not
a
long. It's
long
like
time
super
ago.
short.
Like I
Six
watched it a long
episode per
time ago.
season. Right,
Yeah.
6 episode per
Just
season.
nice.
So it's yeah,
Just nice.
right. So
Yeah.
yeah, 20 is round number two. Yes, 20 is a round number, not 8. Right, Kevin? Right.
Oh my god, Kev. So annoying.
So okay, so and another funny story, since we are on the British show, you guys should watch what do you call this? Sick Note. Have you heard of Sick Note?
No, what's that?
Sick Note is actually the it's a series by it's a British series. Do you know who plays Ron Weasley in Ron
Yeah.
Weasley in? So that's the guy who starring in the
Oh,
this.
sick. Yeah, I've
Oh,
heard.
Signal,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I've heard Signal. Yeah, super. Like I think my girlfriend talked about it, but I was like, no, I'm watching Watchmen right now, so don't talk to me. No lah. Okay.
So yeah, so Sick Note, yeah, this is Sick Note. So you should watch Sick Note simply because sometimes when you watch the IT Crowd, it's kind of like irreverent comedy where, you know things that doesn't make sense happen, right? Things that
Yeah,
doesn't make
yeah.
sense, and it is all interconnected somehow from one episode to another, right? And and if you were to watch Sick Note, it is exactly like that. So the first one or two episode, it doesn't interconnect yet. Maybe you have to watch, and one episode is just like half an hour, just like Mandalorian, so it is not that long. And I would suggest you guys really watch it. And the fact that every event is like interconnected with each other, and then it's a British kind of like funny, it's a British comedy, just like the IT Crowd. And I think you guys gonna love it. And the guy who played uh Simon Pegg used to play, with this guy, the rather fat guy, the big guy. What's the name of that guy? In that movie, Simon Pegg and the big guy, when they become
Oh,
zombie, they're fighting with the zombie guy.
These
yeah,
two
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
always together, right?
yeah, but yeah, they're two always together, right? So the
Mm.
other guy is the one that's playing together with Ron Weasley,
I
right?
see.
So they have like a funny cast altogether in it. So there's only 2 seasons. One season is about 6, 8 episodes, half an hour each, very quick. I haven't finished the second season, but I think I'm close, and it's so funny, so funny. And the third one that I want you guys to watch is Magic for Humans. Have you guys heard it?
No,
Okay,
Magic for Humans.
Magic for Humans. It's also very quick, very short. And this guy is a magician, but he's not doing the typical magic where he's doing street magic, but the way he does magic is he have a story behind it. And then and how do I say this? Uh, it has some theory behind it. I mean, you guys just watch it. You guys watch the first episode of the first season, and I'm sure you guys will get hooked. If you guys do not get hooked, you put in a message, then tell me why are you guys not hooked about it. So yeah,
I'll
those are
tell
the
you. No,
four
I'll
things.
tell you definitely.
Yeah. So watch the first episode. It's only half an hour per episode. Watch the first one for the first season. You guys will get hooked. This guy's amazing. Amazing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Those are the four things that I want you guys to take a look and watch.
Got it.
Yeah. What about you? Anything that you watch?
Balloon, please.
No, I haven't watched anything new for the last week, but I'm still collecting the episodes for Crisis on Infinite Earth, the Arrowverse.
Oh my
I
god.
think it's not done yet. It's not
Yeah,
finished yet. Though, so I'm still
14,
collecting.
14 January. Started.
Yeah.
So next year.
So yeah, to watch that, I have like to watch like the whole season first or what? The whole previous season or what?
No.
No, I don't think so. I think you just need to know the characters, the a bit about the series, the characters, and that's about it. You know,
Okay. Okay.
you can just jump straight in. Yeah.
Jump straight into to this soccer season, so to speak.
Mm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
it's like
Maybe I'll.
one episode from Flash, one episode from Green
Also,
Arrow,
you
one
have to
episode from
collect.
Titans.
So you have to collect from
Yeah.
different series.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
different series.
Damn.
One
So
episode
how do
from
I know
Supergirl.
which episode number is
there's a
do I need to
schedule. There's a
collect?
schedule on Google that you can find. Just like you know,
Okay.
You don't have to watch the whole series, the whole season. It's just one from each series.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. American God is. Kev said American God is good. Yeah, American God. So I thought that I'm the only guy who talks about episode series from many years ago. American God is next one. Yes, I like
Once
you,
it's
Kev.
season 2, American
Yeah,
God.
I haven't watched season 2 yet. They say season 2 is not as good as first season, but I don't know. I haven't watched it yet.
Why is
Have you
Kev
guys watched
still
it?
in here? Oh my god.
Why
Have,
is Kev
have,
still
have,
here?
have you watched it, Kev? Season 2, or are you talking about just season 1? So tell us, Kev.
Kev. All right, Kev. All right. Can I talk?
So,
Or-
yes, Sobe.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So, are we recommending just TV shows or like just anything that you that?
Yeah, anything. I mean, anything that we watch or anything that we do.
Okay. So, as you know, I'm working right now. So,
Really? I thought you're jobless. Okay.
boom. So, all I do in the office is when I do my work, I need to have something on. So that's basically my thing right now. So I watch a lot of stuff, but it's in the background. I can watch and focus, and I can do my work at the same time. So yeah, right now, currently the newest thing that I'm watching now is Harley Quinn, the TV series from DC, the animated one. Uh,
The animated Harley Quinn.
yes, Baju, it is so good. Baju, oh my god, I don't know why people are
Jeez.
not talking about that TV series. It's so good.
Yeah,
I think
I don't even know that they are making that. I don't even know that they're making that.
so.
I know that they're making a movie for it, but I don't know that they're making that. Yeah.
Yeah, the TV show is like the TV show is not for kids. Definitely, the cartoon is not for kids. It's like I have
Oh, they make it for it.
when I watch Harley Quinn, I feel like I'm watching, not to compare Batman animated series, but I felt like I'm watching that kind of TV show in the morning. That type of feel, like it makes you feel like a kid, but it's not for kids. There's gore, there's profanity, there's swearing, there's like everything.
Serious? What's the name of the series again?
It's Harley Quinn, literally Harley Quinn TV series, TV show on DC. It's so good. It's on its 7th episode now. It's gonna finish at 8. which is a good number. So it's going to finish at 8. Very well-rounded, nice number to finish up on, and it will
Like
continue.
serious, but they only have 8 episodes. Seriously,
Yeah, 8
no
or like
lah.
8
They
or
are
9 or something.
they have 13. Okay, sorry, 13. It's a very nice round number 13. Not
All right.
8.
Okay. Okay. Moving on. Moving on to my next TV show. So you guys should watch Harley Quinn. You will not regret
Mhm.
Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is so good, seriously.
Okay,
Uh,
Harley Quinn. I'll put it in.
okay.
I queue it in the list. Okay, good.
All right. So I'm watching CWDC as well, same as Blue. I'm waiting on that. Titans was one of the worst things I've watched this year. Watchmen, we finished it. Watchmen is
Oh yeah, I
so
mean,
good.
yeah. For Watchmen, guys, we're gonna do this panel as well, where we're
Yeah.
gonna talk about all about
Yeah.
Watchmen. Have you watched? Have you finished it, Belen?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, man, you gotta finish it. Man. You gotta finish it.
All right.
It's
It's
So,
like
so
okay,
good.
when I stop, it's like it take me some time to start a new series again. But when I start, I cannot stop.
Mhm. Because it's
I need to
already
find that.
ended, so you just
yeah.
need you.
Yeah,
How far
yeah,
have you
yes.
been? Yeah, first episode, second episode, third episode.
First, first episode.
Oh my! See, first episode is the worst if you ask me because you don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
right? Because
Maybe I start
you
next
don't
week.
really know
Yeah,
what's going on, right?
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
when the guy who's like to ride, the horse comes in there, who's this guy, right? So yeah, so you don't really know what's going on. So it's like the worst episode ever,
Yep.
right?
Yep. So yeah, okay. Witcher just finished it. Really good. We need to do a panel
Yeah.
for Witcher as well.
Oh
Um,
yeah. So we have two coming up. All right, cool.
yeah.
And the
So
Witcher and
finished. I'm not religiously watching, but I just watch it in the background. South Park and Supernatural. That's like my
South Park
two.
and what?
Supernatural.
Supernatural.
Oh,
Yeah.
Supernatural. Okay,
So it's
yeah,
just like
Supernatural.
I really don't care about the thing, but it's just like my guilty pleasure that I watch
So
it.
when you say you watch in the background, what's
Like when
that?
I'm
I
doing
can't
like,
watch something in the background.
well, I
I
can.
have to watch it like right middle and center and not doing anything else. So what
Yeah.
do you mean?
Not like when I'm doing my work, it's like another tab or like another desktop, like another monitor. I just like play it and then I'm like doing my work. That's how I watch
Okay,
things
all
right
right.
now. I don't
Probably
know why.
marketing
Like
guys
I
can do that.
can like I can focus on two things. I mean, like I can
Mm,
like whenever there's a good part, I just like pause and then I just like
mm,
do my work and then continue. Yeah, it's okay. So yeah,
mm.
the latest one I'm watching because Harley Quinn weekly thing. I'm watching Messiah on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
I saw that. But how is
saya.
it? Is it good?
Please don't watch it. It's really bad. Um, for me, it's super. Uh, they want to make it into, I don't know. They make it into, it's a very controversial thing. It's about a profit, but it's not really a
Yeah.
profit. They make it
Mm.
look like it's a profit, but it's actually
Whether it's
not.
a prophet or not, we're not sure. But they make it in the trailer. They make it as if he may or may not be a prophet, right? So
Yeah,
yeah.
I actually know. Uh,
Yo, don't go spoil
no, no, no,
people lah.
no,
Why
no, no.
are you spoiling it for
I'm not.
everyone?
I'm just saying. I know. No, no. At the end of the fucking thing, it's like the most ridiculous thing
So
ever, and it's like a
okay, yeah.
cliffhanger.
I
So
know
like, yeah,
you want to say at the end of the fucking thing, they say
yeah.
that he's not the
No, 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 no,
fucking.
no, 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 no. Wait.
So
It's the
wait, don't spoil it
yes.
for people, please. Okay.
I mean, the whole story is messy. I mean, yeah. I don't like it.
So
Besides bad.
don't watch it. So don't
Don't
watch
watch.
it.
Don't
Okay, good.
don't watch. Just read an article about it, and then you'll know what's up.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
So moving on to movies. Movies I've watched and I love last year was Parasite. Fucking good movie, Parasite. I think.
Parasite is on Netflix, right?
No. Parasite is a Korean movie, and
Yeah,
I
I
love.
think it's on Netflix or something. Parasite. Yeah.
Yeah, Parasite is super good, guys. Oh my god, Parasite super blew my mind. Knives Out, super good. Uncut Gems, the Adam Sandler movie that just came out, that is really good. And it's not a comedy; it's like a super serious movie. Uncut Gems, super nice, super good.
I
Um,
yeah. The thing is, over here in Philippines, to go and watch movies alone,
no, Uncut
it's
Gems is not
really
in the cinema.
not my thing. So, and even though it's like the cinema is just like 5 minutes from here if I were to walk, right? And it's so I don't feel it. Normally I would watch with my wife or my kids, right? So it's like alone is not the best way to watch movies. Yeah.
But
So
like
yeah, so Knives Out, Parasite, Uncut Gems.
yeah, and Don't Fuck with Cats on Netflix. That's, oh my god. You have to. I'm not going to say
You
anything about.
don't fuck with cats. So it's about the guy that they're
Don't
looking
spoil it.
that this guy actually kills a cat, and then
Mm.
then the guy actually do something to a human being, and then they are trying to look for it. It's like a documentary, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's so I literally did not expect it to be that thing when I read Don't Fuck with Cats. I was like, oh, is this like a cat related documentary? Like,
You
you know,
didn't watch
cats are
the trailer. The
super.
trailer is like pretty clear about
No,
what it
I
is.
didn't. I didn't watch the trailer because my
Uh,
friends like, hey, watch Don't Fuck with Cats and don't read up anything. Just watch it. I'm like, okay. So I was like, okay, is this like a cute thing? Yeah, it's cute. I was like, okay. And I watched it. I was like, this is not cute, and I'm crying and all that. So yeah.
okay. I don't. If you're crying, you know I'm like much more of a hati tissue guy.
Uh,
So yeah, maybe I cannot stand that thing. Yeah.
okay. All right. So yeah, that's all. That's all I'm watching. It's yeah. Watch Parasite, guys.
Yeah, Parasite. Yeah, I really want to see. It wants like the best foreign film in Golden Globe, right? Mm.
Yep. It's super super good. God damn.
All
All right.
right, cool. Now we have about maybe 10 minutes. I want to take us through some of the big news that I have collected the last few days, probably, right? The last few days. So the first thing, I just want to get your opinion or your take about Xbox Series X, the first
Mm.
year itself.
Wow.
All the games
Controversial.
all the games for Xbox Series X is playable on Xbox One as well.
Yep.
So meaning to say that whatever games that comes to the new console
Mm.
will be playable in the old console. So
Yep.
it's like PS Pro. It's gonna be like a PS Pro 4 Pro. It's gonna be like Xbox One X,
Yep.
where it is not really something totally new. And if you make game, you can only make games. So what do you think of that?
Balloon.
Is it good? Is it bad?
So
What?
so so what
Does
you're
it make
saying is
you
that
want to buy a new console, or does it not want to make you buy a new console? What?
there's no exclusive games
Yeah,
just for the Series X.
because what we have been doing all this while is every time a new console comes in, you buy games for the new console, and you cannot plug that new game into the old console
Yep.
because the new game is
Mm.
like so powerful. The new console is powerful. The old console will not be able to process it, right?
Mm.
But now they're doing it where it's just like a PC, where 5-year-old PC, 10-year-old PC can still play the games that
Mm.
comes out today, but with a like super crappy graphics, right? So, what do you think of that?
I don't know. It's like I don't understand. Like how then and also we play a new games like it's like it's a new gen console, right?
Yeah,
The
it's a
new
new gen console, but Microsoft says that nothing that they produce, nothing that their first party titles
mm-hmm.
will be playable in both Xbox One and Xbox Series X. Let me pull out the article in the meantime. But what do you guys think of it?
uh, I don't know. I think the people with older console won't have the full experience lah.
Yeah,
You know, it's like
yeah,
maybe the content will be lesser. When the cut they have to, like you say, maybe probably the graphic is like shitty. You know.
yeah. See, okay, you look at the screen. Microsoft say Xbox Series X won't have exclusive first-party title games at launch. The console will be backward compatible and support XPlay anywhere. Microsoft Xbox will break the tradition by not launching with exclusive games only playable on the new hardware. Instead, Microsoft is leaning into its Xbox Play Anywhere strategy, fully supporting backward compatibility moving forward. According to Microsoft Studios head Matt Booty, over the next year, 2 years, all of our games, sort of like PC, will play up and down the family of devices. Right? We want to make sure that if someone were to invest in Xbox between now and when the Series X comes up, they feel like they make a good investment and they can play them, anywhere else. So it's crazy.
Okay.
I feel like, why, if I'm happy with the graphic that I have, and I don't need to buy a new console to play games that coming up in the next year or two. So why would I buy a new game? So yeah, I don't know. Why would I buy a new console, right? So yeah. Mm.
I,
I don't.
um, I mean, like for me, I look at it in two ways. I feel like um, I- they don't want to alienate the customers that can't afford the new console. I guess they want them to play the new games still, but like of course you won't get the full experience. So yeah, so at least you have that choice for that because it's only a year, right? It's not gonna be like the whole time, right?
Yeah, I mean, for now they say that a year after the console launch, meaning the
Yep.
full year. If the console launch in at the end of 2020, up
Yeah.
until at the
The
end
end
of
of 21.
2021, they're gonna have all the games playable in all of Microsoft console. And remember, we were talking about first party Microsoft titles.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yep.
that means when they are making this game, they have to make the game for Xbox One S as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's for the market to adapt to the new because I think the technology inside the Xbox Series X is like way more advanced than the one, like way more advanced. So I feel like it's for them to like the market to adapt to that kind of technology and for the developers to adapt to that kind of technology because uh, I don't know. I feel like it's a good and bad thing. There's a choice. People that can afford can still play new games instead of sticking to old games. Yeah, at the same time, they won't get the full experience of the Series X capabilities. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a bit neutral for me. I don't feel like it's bad or good. I feel like it's just
Yeah,
neutral.
me too. So the same strategy is like, okay, you want a full experience?
Yeah,
Buy my new console.
yeah. If you can, then just stay on your One X because One X is still kind of new for me. I feel like One
Yeah,
X is
and
not.
that's where I feel like because do you have the One X? It's like this. You see, the new console have super duper high SSD speed, right?
Yeah,
Super duper high SSD speed. And remember we talked about Destiny earlier. The new console, this the reason why they have to take out stuff because the PS4 just can't take it anymore. So if we're gonna make games that is limited by the PS4 or by the so-called this Xbox One, then why do we launch console in the first place? Right, we
yeah,
launch console with like a limited so-called architecture that can't be done properly, and that's my problem with it, right? So people want to invest in the new console because they want to get new experiences out of it, right? The
Yeah.
probably the no loading time, the faster loading time. Remember Sony have done this. You can
yeah.
swing through the CDs like 10 times faster. So you can make a game that move that much faster. So suddenly now you cannot make a game that moves that much faster because why? Because you have to think about the PS4 and the Xbox One.
What? Wait. Are you saying that they have to wait? You're saying that the games will be the same as the One X, right? Like the games there won't be like a specific game that you can only play on Series X.
They won't be.
Yeah,
So meaning that when they want to create the game, they have to think about the PS4 and the Xbox One.
but those are ports, right? Those are different ports of games, right? I mean, I feel like they still will have
I
that
give you
advantage
I
of
give you an
SSD and
example.
all that.
I give you an example, right? I give you an example now. Let's assume that we're gonna make a game. Let's use an example of a NES and Super NES, right? Game or a PS1 versus sorry, a Nintendo 64, which is a 3D game, and the Super Nintendo, which is not a 3D console, right? Now, because we say that whatever when you buy the Nintendo 64, you can the old Super Nintendo can still play the game from Nintendo 64. So suddenly, because the old console cannot process 3D graphic, you will continue making 2D games.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be the impact,
Mm, okay. I
right?
get it. I get it. I get it.
So that's my worry. Because why? Because they will still make game based on the old infrastructure or the old architecture. They are not thinking that, yeah, this game cannot be made in the previous, or an example would be, yeah, we have a VR goggles and we can have like 3D viewing and VR and all, but yeah, we're gonna make sure that the old console, so the TV people also can still play this. So yeah, we're not gonna use the VR function.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what my beef is. So that tells me that Microsoft first party games in the first year itself will not be taking advantage gila-gila punya on the new console, and that's my problem with it. So yeah, and
Okay.
I have a problem with that. It's stupid decision,
Let's
right?
They
hope.
And
Let's
announced
hope PS4 doesn't
any
do the
games
PS5.
for the console yet?
sorry.
Have they announced any games for the console yet?
Yeah, they have announced one game in the Game Awards. What was it? The Game Awards. So-called. I can't remember. There's this one game that they announced. Godfall is not the one. Let me see. Godfall is the one that's coming to PlayStation 5.
Yeah, got
Yeah,
for.
Hellblade 2. Hellblade 2. Remember the trailer with the crazy the trailer with that crazy, yeah, this one. Let me put it up on screen.
Probably
Uh,
that one they want to go all out for that one. That only
but
only that
that's a
game.
first
Who
party.
knows?
No,
You
that's
know?
a first party title. So, Belon,
Oh,
that's a first party title. So they will make sure that that game is also playable on the old so-called, yeah, this is the game with this lady here, right? Xbox
okay,
Series
okay.
X Hellblade 2.
Hellblade 2, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the one that they're gonna play. So yeah, and that's my beef about it. So I say, oh, this is crazy lah. How can they do this? So,
Mhm.
but I don't know. Maybe they don't want to sell a console anymore. Maybe they want to sell the games, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. They're finally focusing on games now.
yeah.
That's
They
what people
finally,
need to
because
focus on.
they've been buying a lot of so-called studios, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, and this is the so-called teaser that was shown by WB Games Montreal. It's the
Oh, this
Warner
is the
Brothers.
logo. I see. This is the
This is
emblem.
the
Capture the night.
logo. Yeah, capture the night, which is the caption that they put.
Mm.
And if you go back a few months back, which is in September, they put this as the logo,
The hell is
right?
that?
Hmm.
Capture is the night. Is that French?
Capture la nuit. So capture the night. Yeah.
Oh,
So and then they put this. They just and then the latest one is they put this. And then remember when I asked you guys in the group, and this is what they what did you guys say? This is again.
I Google pick it. It just came out the definition of emblem. That's it.
definition of emblem je keluar.
Ah,
Remember this what this stalker says about this earlier is something of a group of people who hunts Batman or something.
oh,
Oh, the
Court of
Court of
Owls.
Owls.
Sorry, what?
Court of Owls. Court of
The Court of
Owls.
House. Yes, correct. It's the Court of House. So it could be that it's a game between Batman and the Court of House or something like that, probably by Warner Brothers Montreal.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's something that I look forward to. Be simply because the Batman Arkham games has been great, right? So my belief is, because this is a different soccer studio, the studio that made the three Batman games, Rocksteady. and this
Mhm.
is Warner Brothers game
Yeah.
Montreal. So they make a different game. I can't remember what was, but they made some pretty great games as well. So yeah, hopefully it will be just as good as the old
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the last one that I wanted you guys to take a look is this. So yeah, PlayStation Blog have actually shared the game of the decade poll. Did you guys manage to poll for the game of the decade?
Nope.
No.
No. So they put up a poll. Then they let the readers choose what are the games that is the best of the decade for PlayStation, and look at the winner. This is the
Oh,
winner.
yeah, I see this.
First.
Yeah,
Of
so
course,
from
it's not
thousand of
right.
the credible option here, the games that is so the game of the decade is The Last of Us. So
Mhm.
this is for from the PlayStation blog. This is from the chosen by the readers, right? Chosen by the readers.
Yep,
And then the second one is God of War,
of course.
Oh.
okay? And the third one is Witcher 3
Woo,
Fire
bitch!
Hunt. And,
Get the fuck out.
and sorry,
Only third.
apa?
Bro, Destiny kau dengan hantu kecil bye. What the hell?
Okay.
Bahawa tak ada DLC pun dapat nombor 2.
Kan, tak ada DLC, tak ada apa, tak ada update apa langsung. Right. Kan.
Such a con-
And yeah, The Last of Us. I remember I said that The Last of Us, it's also close to my heart. Then we have Grand Theft Auto 5 is also game of the decade. It's on the fourth place right now, right? So, and then the full list. If you look at the list, Elder Scroll
Oh,
Skyrim
the screw.
number
Yeah.
Oh,
60. Anybody play
Bloodborne dia
Skyrim?
win.
You guys play Skyrim?
I play Skyrim.
You play Skyrim. I played Skyrim for about 40 minutes, and then the frame rate, all the stupid shit that's happening, I decided not to play it anymore. I yeah, don't get me started about it. Yeah. So yeah, and then number 7 is
Game lah
Horizon
you.
Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm surprised that this doesn't get is below Skyrim. Is oh man.
I'm surprised.
So
I'm surprised Bloodborne is not even on the list as well.
yeah, I can understand why Bloodborne is not up there simply because it's not a game for everyone, right? So again, because this is a game where people vote on, so yeah, so it doesn't sell as many as all
But
the other games.
these are all really really good games. Dark
Yeah,
Souls,
yeah.
Persona
Then you have
5,
your you have Uncharted, then Marvel Spider-Man at number 10,
Red
Persona
Dead
5.
Redemption
And
2.
did you guys play Persona 5?
I played Persona 5 a bit.
A bit up until castle number what? Number 2, number 3, number 4?
I think I played until number 2 juga. Sekejap gila. I played it. Siapa ni dekat my friend's house. He had like Persona 5 and then he just introduced me to all this. I was like, this game it looks pretty weird. And he's like, yeah, but play it lah. It's fun. I like the graphics though. The graphics what
I played it until I think about probably the castle before the last castle.
lama kan
Uh,
game ni. Game ni lama gila
but
kan.
it's an RPG. It's an RPG. So to finish it probably 50, 60 hours,
Wow.
right? The thing is, because I played it with whenever I played it, my eldest daughter liked to watch it with me, and she also wants to play it, but it's a game for mature audience because they have sexual abuse in there, right? They have sexual a little bit more mature, so that's why I stopped playing it. Because why? Because my kids are next to me whenever I play it, so I have to kind of like stop playing it. And then Dark Soul, I played Dark Souls like nobody business back then. So
Yep.
it's so good. It's the only Dark Souls games that I play. Number 2, number 3, I did not play at all. Call of Duty Black Ops, I did not play at all. I'm not sure what about you guys. Near Automata, I have the game. I played the first so-called the opening bit. After that, I got busy with something else. I don't know why I did not play it. Death Stranding, I put in 110 hours.
Relax.
Stupid, crazy. But yeah, it's so good. And then Red Dead Redemption. It's weird. Red Dead Redemption comes up, but it's the first Red Dead Redemption, and the second Red Dead Redemption is up here as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, both of Red Dead Redemption is in there, right?
Mm.
So and then
Death
you have
Stranding baru keluar pun orang vote kan top 20 kot.
itulah. Death Stranding is like so new. But then again, we have a few so new like Nier Automata. Auto is like less than a year, right? Nier Automata was last year, right? Sorry, 2018. Yeah, 2018.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then Death Stranding is like I think the newest game here, right? Death
Yeah,
Stranding
Death
is the
Stranding.
newest game here. Anything else that's new? Marvel Spider-Man was last year, charted last year. Yeah, Death Stranding is the only game that came out this year, right? And then you have Mass Effect, Fortnite, Batman Arkham City. The Batman Arkham City instead of the latest Batman, which is what was
Arkham
the
Knight.
latest Batman?
Arkham
Arkham
Knight.
Knight.
Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight. So that's a bit puzzling for me because Arkham Knight is like because it's on the this gen console, so it's like the the graphic and everything was crazy, right? But
I don't know. I kind of agree with that because all in Arkham series, I like Arkham City better than the other two.
oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Arkham City is pretty good. That
Mm.
that that's the first Arkham game I played. Arkham City.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Arkham Knight is good, but to me the downside is they put too much
Too many
the
things.
Batmobile missions. No, the Batmobile
Oh, the
mission.
Batmobile games. The
Yeah,
Batmobile games.
banyak sangat.
Oh,
It's like
even like
you get
the last thing they had to do also was a Batmobile type of situation. Annoying gak ah.
mm,
Mm.
yeah, I was kind of excited masa mula-mula trailer tu keluar. I was like, wow, Batmobile cool gila kan. Macam dia berhenti, dia
Oh my
launch
god.
keluar terus glide kan.
Mm.
Macam
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
gila. And then main tu macam kalau terlampau banyak Batmobile pun kau bosan kan. Just like, come
I
on.
mean, but like the thing about Arkham games, you really feel like you're playing Batman. You feel like
Memang.
Yeah.
It's like you're Batman.
yeah,
I, I I can't think of another game that
yeah.
really makes you feel like you are the superhero. You know, that play the whole part of the being a superhero, right? So you
Yeah.
have the investigation part and this and that. Like any other, whether we talk about X-Men or Superman, you only play a slice of the superhero so-called life, right? But this one, like you play the whole thing. So yeah,
Yalah.
and then
Dah
we
habis
have
game pun you start talking like Kevin Conroy kan.
Oh my
yeah, yeah, it's crazy. So looking looking at the list, the only game that I don't play, I have two in the list. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and
Mhm.
also Fortnite. These would be the two games that I did not play at all.
Dengar tu dua, only two. Only two dia cakap.
Semua dah main jom gila.
Betul
Aduh.
semua, and if I were to go through it, right? Um, the game that I did not finish. So now the game that I did not finish, right? Skyrim, Persona 5, but I would say almost finished because I'm like at the last castle, right? The Near Automata, Fortnite, and Black Ops. Yang lain semua habis.
Fortnite macam nak habis.
Fortnite memang tak habis
Yalah.
pun.
Yalah, Fortnite memang lah. Fortnite, Near Automata, Black Ops dengan Horizon Zero Dawn. Yang lain
Ya.
semua habis. Horizon Zero Dawn pula. Apa tu? The Skyrim tu. Yang lain semua habis. So, memang gila lah. Memang terbaik lah. Yeah. But then again, Destiny tak ada. I don't know why Destiny tak ada. Yeah, so
I don't think it should be in there.
It won't be in there.
Yeah.
I'm
but
surprised Anthem is not in there. Cik.
Ya Allah, Anthem cannot
awak
even.
janganlah.
Oh my
Yang tu
god.
betul-betul below the belt tu. Aduh,
Oh my
hai.
god.
Betul-betul below the
Aku
belt.
segan
Kecil
bila
tu
dia
aku. Oi.
Anthem dulu macam like oh my
Yang tu
god.
betul-betul below the belt tu. Aduh, hai.
Even what the guy that was running it left the fucking thing, right? Oh my god, that's
Okay, all right. So before we end, I just want to share one more thing that's going to round up the news for today, and it's the Academy of Interactive Arts award. So for me personally, when it comes to game awards, when it comes to game award, there are two awards that matters. The bigger award that matters for me is the Dice Awards, right? And the second one baru dan Geoff Keighley the Game Awards, because for me, this is like the Academy Awards for me, and the Game Award is less of an Academy Award. It's like a commercial stuff that they want to do, right? So just so that people know what actually is Dice Award is. Dice Award is basically the award given by the Academy of Interactive Arts and Science, right? So it's basically like the equivalent to the Academy Award, the Motion Picture Academy for the Oscars, right? And it is for this. This is for the games. Right? This is for games. Now, who make up the academy is basically the people who make video games, right? The game directors, the technology folks behind it. They all is basically make up this Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences, right? Yeah. So the host is going to be these two lovely guys. I love them both, Jessica Chobot as well as Greg Miller. You guys all know Greg Miller comes from IGN. I listen to his podcast
Yep, me too.
crazy, back in the days. And now that he has his own company, kind of
Yeah.
funny games, right? And also Jessica Chobot. So I love them both. So yeah, so we're gonna go through quickly the so-called nominees, right? So the first one on the 23rd annual Dice Award finalist is outstanding achievement in animation, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the new one, Days Gone, Death Stranding, Devil May Cry, and Luigi's Mansion. I'm gonna give my money to the Death Stranding games. Yeah. So yeah. So
Of course.
That's trending lah.
Death
Definitely.
Stranding lah, man. So it's crazy good animation. The next one, outstanding achievement in art direction: Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Concrete Genie, Control, Death Stranding again, and Resident Evil. I bought Concrete Genie, but I haven't started playing it yet. Control, I haven't played it yet. Control, based on the reviews, based on some of the videos that I watch, have some great art direction there. Death Stranding, obviously, and as well as Concrete Genie. I'm torn between these three, so I can't really choose between these three. The next one is outstanding achievement in characters, right? So how they create the characters. We have Control, Jessica Faden, Cliff Unger in Death Stranding, Sam Porter Bridge. Death Stranding have two characters. My God. So Star Wars Fallen Jedi. Have you guys played Star Wars Fallen Jedi? Belen, have you played it?
No, not yet.
No, you can't. So and the last one is really is blew my mind. It's from the Untitled Goose Game. Have you guys played it?
Yep. It's so fun. I don't know, this game
It's
is
so
so fun.
fun. It's so cute. It's out of this world game.
Yeah,
You can
it's so
you can
smart.
play it on your phone. Dia ada
Yeah,
dalam phone sekali. Yeah. So
yeah.
it's
There's
so
one on
cheap to
Switch.
buy
I
it
played
on
it on
phone.
Switch. I too.
Right. So it's so good. So but Cliff Unger, I'm not gonna give my money to him. Maybe Death Stranding and between Sam Porter Bridges and the Goose, between these two. Yeah. So and the next one is outstanding achievement in original music. So we have Arise, Control, Erika, Golem, Mortal Kombat 11. I'm surprised Mortal Kombat 11 even have a category in music, because so many more games with great music, but suddenly Mortal Kombat ada. So I don't know what's going on. Right. Outstanding achievement in audio design. This one straight up, I'm gonna give to
Oh,
Death Stranding. Seriously, Death Stranding sound, it's so good. The
Mortal
music
Kombat is
in
still
it,
there.
the sound. Mortal Kombat is still there. So they must be doing something good when it comes to sound, right? Yeah. So it's crazy. I've played Sayonara Wild Heart as well. I played it on Apple Arcade, right?
Oh,
So it's yeah, it has great music. I don't know about sound design, but great music, yes. Yeah. Outstanding achievement in story. So we have Control, Disco Elysium, Outer Wilds, Telling Lies, and Outer Worlds. Yeah, I haven't played any of these games, so I don't know. Outer World, on the far right is made by the guy who made Fallout New Vegas, Pelon. So if you like Fallout New Vegas, you're probably gonna like this game.
Yeah, I've seen the some of the reviews, gameplay.
Yeah, they said that it is good.
There's a similarity to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities to it, right? Okay, outstanding technical achievement. So we have Call of Duty, Concrete Genie Control, Death Stranding, Metro Exodus. I'm gonna give my money to Death Stranding, obviously. The technical achievement within 3 years from zero team members in the team, and they can produce this kind of game is crazy. Right? Action game of the year. Probably it's gonna go to Sekiro. I've never played Sekiro, so yeah, I'm gonna play it one day.
Sekiro's pretty good. People say it's pretty good.
Yeah, many people say it's good. Yeah, it won a few Game of the Year awards, and it won the Game Awards Game of the Year is Sekiro. Right.
Okay.
Adventure Game of the Year, Death Stranding, Luigi's Mansion, Resident Evil, Star Wars, Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, two Nintendo games. I don't know. Yeah, maybe Luigi's Mansion and Star Wars is a better adventure game than Death Stranding because I haven't played both of them. But if you ask me any of the games that I played, only one, Death Stranding. Family Game of the Year, A Short Hike, Dragon Quest Builders, Ring Fit, Super Mario Maker, Yoshi Crafted World. Yeah, probably Mario. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably Mario Maker. Fighting Game of the Year, Dead of Alive, Jump Force, Mortal Kombat 11, and Samurai Shodown, Ben.
Oh, this one is either MK11 or Samurai
Samurai
Showdown.
Showdown, right?
I'm not sure.
Either one of these two. I'm with you. Right. Racing Game of the Year, Crash Team Racing, Dirt Rally, F1, Mario Kart Tour. You know that Mario Kart Tour is for iPhone and for the phone. Mario Kart Tour, it is not for Nintendo Switch. And
Ah,
Trials
okay.
Rising. Right. So I'm giving my money to Crash Team Racing, although I think Mario Kart Tour will win. Have you guys played the game on iPhone or on your phone? Yeah, it's
No, not
good.
yet.
Mm.
It's good.
Role playing game of the year: Disco Elysium, Final Fantasy, Shadowbringers, Kingdom Hearts, Pokemon, and Afterwards. My money is for Shadowbringers. Yeah, this game is crazy good.
Okay. All right.
Sports game: FIFA, Madden,
Mm.
MLB, NBA, and NHL. I don't know. Every year is the same game.
Yeah.
Every year is the same game. The only thing different is the number behind it. Right. A strategy or simulation game of the year: Anno, Fire Emblem, Oxygen, Slay the Spire, Total War. Not my kind of games though. Immersive reality technical achievement. These are probably the VR games and whatnot. So yeah, probably Blood and Truth, the PSVR game. They say that the VR experience is so good. So, but I don't know.
Okay.
Um, And then the last one that I wanna take you through is this. There's another one. Okay, there's another one. Portable. We're gonna skip some of it. Then we're gonna go to the portable,
Yeah,
which is
you
this
know
one.
the multiplayer game of the year.
Sorry, multiplayer game of the year.
Multiplayer. Yeah.
Ada kat bawah. Ada kat bawah. So portable game of the year. We have Call of Duty Mobile, Grindstone, Sayonara, Sky Children, What the Golf. I have played Grindstone, Sayonara, Wild Hearts, and What the Golf. Shit, you really have to play Grindstone. Grindstone best gila game dia. I
Oh
put
yeah,
in
itu yang aku sebut tu.
20
Memang
ke
grind.
30 hour dekat situ. Best gila game dia. Right. Setakat ni semua game yang keluar by Capybara Game, I like. Tak ada lagi yang tak suka. And then I tried What the Golf pun best. But you guys know that Grindstone, Sayonara Wild Heart, and What the Golf, these three games are in Apple Arcade. RM20 sebulan, and you can
So,
play any of this game. Right.
Nice.
So I buat benda tu. So and then when you go for Apple Arcade, right, you dapat free all these game, hundreds of game, bayar RM20 sebulan. Dia macam Netflix kan. On your Mac, on your Apple TV, and on your iPad and iPhone. Value for money gila babi. Right. Okay. And online game of the year, Belon, this is your game. Apex Legend, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Destiny 2 Shadowkeep, Tetris 99, and Wargroove. I have a question. Do you guys know what Tetris 99 is?
Yep.
Yes.
It's so good. I played it on Switch. It's like macam it's like apa tau, Apex Legend for Tetris.
Yeah, it's Battle Royale for Tetris.
It's Battle Royale Tetris. Like aku cakap kita, how the hell did they think of game like this? It's like Battle
Paling
Royale for
tinggi dapat nombor apa je?
number 60 lebih, 50 lebih je, tak pernah lebih daripada 9 nak tu. Tapi but I'm amazed by the concept. I'm amazed by the
Kan.
concept. Right. How the hell do they think of making a battle royale with Tetris? Kan? Memang bodoh gila kan, tapi best gila.
Silap Tetris je boleh menang.
So kan silap-silap Tetris yang menang, right? All the Call of Duty ke Apex
Banyak tu
Legends ke
player main tu.
kan. You tengok antara these 5 games, right? Tetris is like the one that's really out there, right?
Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
Yang lain semua macam Apex Legend is a rehash of PUBG,
Don't say
Fortnite.
that. Come on, man.
Okay, I mean everybody knows. It's like the best
Not a
version of
rehash.
the best.
Ya, kalau
It's,
kalau tak pun it's like Sobek you imitate kan, there's a bit of downhill slope on this game masa kita tengok apa end game tu, it's like tak ada orang main kan dia cakap kan.
Yeah.
But Tetris 99 is like there's always players playing it.
yeah,
Ramai.
non-stop.
So
And think about this. Tetris 99 is only available on Switch, right? Install base dia tak besar macam PS4 pun, and still berlambat people main. And also apa tu, and Wargrove it's like a spiritual successor to what's that Nintendo game? I can't remember. So I like it as well. I bought it during the sale recently. Murah gila berapa? It's like less than $10 pun. Kan? So tapi tak sempat main lagi je. So it's a strategy RPG strategy game, but it's kind of like that. So that's the online game of the year. Then you have the outstanding achievement in game design, probably gonna be won by Sekiro, and outstanding achievement in game direction. It's weird that we don't have Death Stranding here because the game director is Hideo Kojima kan. So and tengok tu ada lagi tu Untitled Goose Game. Okay, game of the year guys. The game of the year is Control, Death Stranding, Disco Elysium, Outer Wilds, and Untitled Goose Game. Bloody hell, benda ni masuk dalam game of the year.
This game is game of the year.
Masuk dalam game of the year. I'm not kidding.
What? Outer Worlds faham ah. I mean Death Stranding of course.
Tu Outer Worlds ni Outer Wilds.
Oh,
Ada dua
Allah,
game.
ni apa pula?
Outer Wilds is game by Annapurna Interactive. You know Annapurna always makes weird games, right? So yeah, you guys should try because you know that Outer Wilds have more nomination than Outer Worlds. I selalu confused between these two games, but now I'm no longer confused. Kan? Masa mula-mula tu I selalu confused. Kan? So yeah, I'm torn. I only play Death Stranding, but I know Outer Wilds and Untitled Goose Game ni memang best. I haven't played Outer Wilds, but Untitled Goose Game tu memang best. But to give Game of the Year, I macam I don't know. Right. So yeah, so that's all the nomination, and yeah, for me this is like the bigger awards than the Game Awards. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, so I guess that's it for us. This week we got 2 hours and a half. So we have two more minutes before we end. So let's do the normal plug. The normal plug, I let Belon plug dulu apa yang Belon nak plug. Oh, sorry, I did not see the comments, guys. So yeah, Kev did says that BioShock.
Oh my god.
BioShock Infinite need to be on the list. Yeah, probably, right?
Probably, Kev.
Yes. Apa tu? But have you guys played it? BioShock Infinite?
Yep. Super fun.
Nope.
Super nice.
I played BioShock 1 and 2, that's it.
Yeah, I prefer BioShock 1 than BioShock Infinite.
That's the only BioShock.
So yeah. So right. So let's do the plug. Plug whatever that you want to plug. Whether it's your blog, your Twitter handle, or your Facebook, or whatever. So Pelon, anything that you want to plug or sekolah apa tu company ke apa ke whatever.
No, nothing for
Destiny
me.
group you ke to join more Destiny clan ke?
Tak ada lah. I mean, just I'm watching a Liverpool game right now, so I cannot concentrate. So
Oh
just want
my
it to.
No wonder lah
god.
Belon tak
Apa, apa.
mengantuk. No wonder lah dia tak mengantuk. Aduh, dia tengah tengok Liverpool game.
Aduh.
Okay.
Tengah
Ben.
review.
Okay,
Alright, Ben. Anything that you want to plug?
so I don't have any social media, so don't follow me. One. And I guess my gamer tag for PS4, if anyone of you guys want to play Apex Legends with me, just come on at maybe 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. every day. I'll be there.
What's your gamer tag? What's your PSN ID?
Sobear69, sorry. Sobear69.
Sobear69.
No can
So that's Sobear69, which is Sobear punya PSN ID. Yeah, request for friends and play Apex Legend. That's the only game you play. Oh, sad. Okay.
for now.
All
For
right.
now.
For now, okay. For now, okay. So for me, there's a few things for me to plug. We need a name for this podcast. So send whoever that gonna watch this. I don't know who gonna watch this 2.5 hours shit, right?
Yeah.
So if you guys have a name for this, you can PM me. You can PM me at what's gonna put my at Bajunit Twitter feed. So that's at Bajunit, my Twitter feed. You can number one, and number two, you can also take a look at my blog at bajunit@wordpress.com. So that will be my blog, and please take a look at the names for this podcast. So I come up with something. So
All right,
please,
we'll do. We'll do.
you're the marketing guy,
I know,
right?
I got a name.
Okay,
Back
save
in the
it for
day.
back
Back
in
in
the
the
day.
day. Oh, what that somewhere. Back in the day.
Ya, kita boomer kan. Kita boomer apa nak buat.
I'm not. Please don't pull me into this weird thing. Okay.
Bear, look at your beard, Bear. Look at your beard and your mustache there. Right.
Okay.
So, all right, guys. So it has been a blast. I think we have touched on a lot of things, and we just need to probably trim it a little bit more, so make it within under 2 hours. But yeah, it's been a blast. So thank you very much for joining us, Sober and also Bellon, and thank you very much to Kev. I don't know whether he's still around or not, and everybody else who's probably on your Facebook, Sober, or on my Facebook and whatever. So we'll see you guys again, and we are Ghost.
Bye.
Bye.